level.
So Kyle Dunnigan has some of the best impressions in the world, dare I say?
Wow, thank you. I'll take it.
And
keep going.
I've gotten to know you, and you are just the most. I might say the funniest person maybe I've ever met.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's like
that's really nice.
It aligns with like the absurdist. Like I feel like your like sense of humor is just like. Just I don't know. It's just constantly, and you're not even trying. Like I feel like some comedians are always like kind of doing bits, and like working them out, like they're workshopping them with you, and you're like, can I just go home? I don't need to be
exhausting.
here.
I'm really boring with some people. It's weird. It's the person brings out different things in me. Are you like
Really?
that? Yeah. Some people I'm like really boring.
I feel like I'm the same.
Yeah. Who are you the most authentic with? What person? Like a family member or like one of your girlfriends?
Yeah. One of my best friends. My best friends. Like I feel like whatever. I mean, I will say it's like certain personality traits that they'll have certain personality traits. So if like the one who's really spiritual will bring more of a spiritual conversation, or if it's more of like pop culture references and what's happening, then it's like. You know, we'll talk about that. So it's like, but I'm still.
For me, it's Bitcoin. You talk about that with me.
Right. So you're investing.
All you talk about.
So wait. So what is it about certain people that bring certain parts out of you? And like,
I don't know. But I'll just be out and I'll be like, oh, I'm boring. And I'll go home and I'll not hang out with that person too much.
Really?
But I feel like it's not their fault almost. Maybe it's like a vibe or something, or maybe like you pick up they don't have the same sense of humor, and then you sort of pull back. I'm pulling back.
That's tragedy.
I'm not consciously. Yeah.
That's a tragedy. That's terrible.
Yeah, I'm in a softball league. This isn't a brag. I'm just telling you a fact that I'm in a softball league, and for some reason, like I'm going to be really shy there, or too outgoing, and I'm too outgoing.
Oh,
and I can feel it, and I just can't, for some reason, seem to get a good balance with the team. And I like them. And everyone's really nice to me. But I was like too loud today. And I thought about it. I said, pull it in, Kyle. Like in my head, I was like, back it up. I was really mean to their team. But I feel like that's what we're supposed to do.
What did you say? What kind of shit
I was like, you guys
talking
suck.
were you?
I was like, way to go with your 0 runs. They had no runs. And it was like 11-0. Just shit talking. I thought that's what we were supposed to do. But then this one girl was like, don't be mean to them.
What was the insult? Like, was it like a good...
No, they weren't good. They just were like, you're terrible. You're bad at softball. They're so creative. Like, you're bad at softball. I don't remember exactly.
And everyone is just like, this is just our free time that we just want to like get away from our problems.
I think maybe.
And they're just like,
I may have read the
this
room
is my
wrong.
best friend, Frank.
Yeah. I think she was wrong though. I think guys like to, like, it's fun to like pick on each other. And
Men do that for sure. Like it's like basketball games. Like, whoa, what? Fuck you, what? Ba, ba, ba. They like to talk trash.
I like when like because some do shit on us too,
Yeah.
and the other team.
Yeah. So you were giving it back. So
I was
what's wrong
giving
with
it back. I don't know.
People were fragile. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But I either go like, I think too far or too quiet. And it's probably best to be balanced in life.
So you're finding that balance between of not being a shit talker, but then being like too outgoing and then being too quiet on your softball
Yeah, it's
team.
like super annoying or real too quiet. And
Interesting.
I'm working on that though.
Interesting. How's that going?
Not good. You know what? They need to use me more. I was batting last. I want to be like, guys, I'm like one of the best hitters. I didn't say that. I'm like, guys. But I get up, just hit a nice line drive. Next week, though, this is only my second week. You know what I mean?
Nice.
This is my whole life, is my softball league.
And crypto.
Anyway,
and
crypto and softball. We're going to get into some serious stuff.
No, yeah.
That was just
so you were
fluff.
writing for Amy Schumer.
I wrote for 4 years for that.
Wow.
I didn't write the last season. They had a 5th season.
Wow. And that was like right when she was popping off. Like that's when like I feel like Dave Chappelle, like she was sort of replacing Dave Chappelle and you were Neil Brennan. You were her Neil Brennan.
Yeah. Well, I did see her like get famous, which is interesting.
Yeah.
What
was
we
that
lived
experience
together.
like? Oh my God.
Yeah, we are in the same. It was me, her, and Tig. Natar was a comedian. Lived together in the same apartment, 2-bedroom.
Wow.
Me and Tig had bunk beds. Grown humans. Yeah.
Why the bunk beds?
Because it was a 2-bedroom. So someone, and Amy was the big star, but she wasn't famous. And then we started the show. And then just like after the first season, you know, getting to the writer's room was like a little more busy. And then like third season, like, you know, it was
You were
like,
still in the bunk bed, but you were fine with it.
I'm still there. I love it. Honestly, I would like to go back to that type of situation, you know? Bunk bed.
Oh, okay.
Like,
is
I
it
think-
the intimacy? Is it like the friendship? That,
I think
like,
humans are supposed to be in a pack.
Yeah, we are. I agree.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
like what we did for millions of years? Now I'm like totally
Yeah.
isolated. Hard
like
to get
college?
that up,
But
though.
then, you know, when you're seeing like you're going to take a shower and then you walk in, you're like, oh dear God, there's sex happening, and then you're like, all right, how long do I wait? Do I
what
knock on the
college
door?
did you go to? My
This was
college
Duke.
wasn't. Oh, you went to Duke. That's right. A lot of sex at Duke.
You know what? They study hard and play hard, but like I think my roommate at the time, her boyfriend, I mean, they would, you know, he would spend the night, and so it would be
yeah.
like one bed here, another bed here,
And you'd hear them doing it.
No. I walked in full on ass
Oh,
up.
no.
I like literally, because I went to go take a shower. I'm like, okay, let's get ready for it. And I'm like, oh God.
my God.
And then I was like, back up. I didn't see anything. I didn't see.
Wait, let's walk through this. Where is her ass? You said ass up, so her ass is up?
His ass.
That
His
seems
ass.
way worse.
His
His was up, and then was she facing him?
Well, it was just in my view. I just remember just an ass, and I just went, nope,
Okay.
nope. And then it's sort of like, how long do I wait here?
Long time. Long as
So I'm like,
for you.
shit, I got to get to class. I'm always late. Ugh.
Yeah. I had a very similar situation. My first year was this guy, live-in girlfriend, and he would open the window. And this is in Ithaca. It was literally like negative 10 degrees.
Oh, God.
I'd wake up and I could see my breath, you know? That's how cold it was in our room because he would have the window open.
Where's Ithaca? Is that New York?
Yeah. It's
fucking
it's
freezing.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So I would get up and I'd be like, and I'd close the window and then he'd open it back, slam it back open. And I'd be like, dude, you're like, it's warm. And I was like, dude, you have a girl in your bed. I don't. And I'm breathing smoke. He was like, then my next roommate, same thing, live-in girlfriend. My first 2 roommates had live-in girlfriend. That should be illegal, right?
Oh, my God.
The other guy was nicer, but he was like a real druggie. He'd talk like he's from Baltimore. And they say coke. You know, people in Baltimore talk. And he's like, me and Becky did triple dip acid. And we're gonna go stare at the sun. He said that to me one day. And I'm like,
So he was way ahead of his time and staring at the sun.
Yeah,
Good for
it's
him.
big now. Back then, it was not so popular.
Really get that ass up, you know,
Ass
into
up.
the sun and stare into the sun
Yeah.
with your ass up.
He's
with
blind
your taint.
now.
Oh,
It is. It is probably good to get some sun on your ass. Vitamin D. Anyway.
Okay, wait. Okay, so you're seeing this like meteoric rise of Amy Schumer. So then, like, what was sort of the experience of that? And then, you know, pulling back the curtain, like, what were the pitfalls as you were going along this ride of like you're going on it with her?
I did not feel like I was on the ride. You're watching someone on a ride. Like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched her on the ride. First year was like one person recognized her from like a roast. And we were like, hey, cool.
Yeah.
And the next year was like a bunch of people. And the third year was like a problem trying to get somewhere kind of thing. It was like boop, 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 like pretty quick. But I mean, it was exciting and cool, you know, and the show was doing well. I honestly thought the first season, like, this is not going to do well. I'm not very good at picking, like, knowing what's good.
But you're really great at crypto and
Crypto I'm very good at.
And finances.
Finance.
You've made more money in finance.
That's my main thing is finance and poker, gambling, I guess.
But you're
AK
like
gambling.
you're like a strategist in terms of like you're like really good at the gambling.
Yeah. And life is a gamble. Everything's a gamble.
Yeah. Well, you know, totally.
I don't know. I had a point. It was a really good point. I know that.
Okay, so you're seeing the curtain pull back, but you're sort of on the ride, but you're witnessing the ride. You don't feel like you're on the ride, but you're watching somebody on the roller coaster do it, and you're like, wow, that looks kind of scary and fun.
It's like being Elvis's friend. You know what I mean? On a lesser level, but like that's what's like. You know, Elvis had his like buddies or whatever. Of
course.
It's like that.
Yeah. So
Memphis Mafia.
Great. Yeah. Or you know, it's like the
We
posse
were
of
the
like
New York
Eminem.
dork.
Like you're the D12.
It was one of Emma's friends. It was cool though, and the first season I was like, this is not going to go well, and then it did.
And then it did.
I was wrong.
But you had like a hand in writing most of those sketches, and you guys
I wrote
also,
them all.
You did.
No, I didn't write them. It was very low pressure. I hear SNL is a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But this was like a really good environment for writing, because we would just show up on Monday. It was like, come in with some ideas on Monday. And when we'd get there like noon, then we'd shoot this shit for an hour. And then we'd go into the room and we'd go around and you'd be like, I have this idea about putting a dirty coffee cup on my table, and it's a podcast, but it's a dirty cup.
It's a dirty cup. They spilled it in a Postmates.
It looks real. It looks genuine. I think it's weird when like you go do shows and they make everything perfect. Like there's no stains and crisp clothes. I think that looks weirder.
I'm way too messy. It's not possible. Are you somebody that like? Okay, I bump into furniture, like especially living in New York, of like tiny. Everything is like tiny apartments, and as hard as I try, I need like big spaces. So my spatial awareness is just
you don't have good spatial awareness?
I'm a really good athlete. However, it's like I will be a bull in a china shop. Mm-hmm. I will bump into everything. I'll have bruises constantly on my legs or like wherever. Mm-hmm. Just being like,
drinker?
No.
Okay. Here's my point.
Not currently right now. I mean, occasionally. Funny enough, I feel like I do less of, I don't know. It's sort of like you're like, you're sort of more, you're not as like.
Well, if you walk like that, you're going to have a problem.
I'm one of those like little thing, those
balloons,
in front of,
what is it? Cars. Yeah. No, but when you do a show, you do like those Hallmark movie type of stuff.
Yeah.
So like, those especially, but in every...
Your mom loves them, right? Hasn't she seen all my films?
I'm sure she knows who you are. I'm sure she's seen all
and the sweaty balls. She loves the sweaty balls.
Those are her two favorite things. And shopping, QVC shopping.
Weird. Okay.
Yep.
What? I mean, I know that's buys
a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I feel like the Christmas movies and QVC, they kind of go hand in hand. But I'm never like, oh wow, that makes sense to buy.
I bet they all. Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I'm always like, why do I want the coins with the, like,
I don't get it either.
Like certain, I don't know, like the collectible coins.
She loves it. She loves it so much that they sent her a Christmas card. I was like, this is really a bad sign when QVC's like, Merry Christmas, Judy. We love you.
You are our favorite client of all time.
Yeah, when you're on their list, their Christmas list, you have a problem.
You know what? I feel like I've spent so much money on Aviator Nation, and I've never gotten a card yet.
I don't know what that is.
Aviator Nation, sweat. Like during the pandemic, I just bought so many sweatpant suits.
Yeah, sweatpant suits.
Yeah. From California.
No, and I will get back to the thing. But I was going to say
you
about...
want these? What? Oh.
I was going to say is... No, but like those Hallmark movies, and all movies, everything TV, they make... And you go to wardrobe and they pick at your shirt if anything is, and no one in real life. And so it just looks fake. Like have a little stain, like it'll look more real if there's like something wrong.
Bane of my existence. Absolutely. I totally agree.
There's like one lady is picking at you and they're like, and then you're like.
There was a movie that I did, and this was actually more of a drama. And it was like, nuns with guns kind of situation.
I want to Google that. What is that called? What's the name?
Oh God!
Nuns with Guns was it the name of the movie?
Something.
It's a pretty good name.
But what was really challenging was like the wardrobe lady, and I had to tell her to stop, and she wouldn't stop. I was like, she kept trying to like tuck my clothes in and like really get in there, and I was like, I got it. Like, we're fine. And it was always like perfect. Like nothing was like, I'm like looking at it in the mirror and I'm like, okay, this looks perfect. But she still, after every single take, would like readjust me. And I think it was like the French Canadian thing where there was like a disconnect. She really wanted to do her job, but it didn't understand the concept of boundaries. And I was like, hey, you need to stop. You need to, I literally like screamed at her one time. And
ooh, what, like how loud? Like, what did you say?
I was like, can you stop?
Nice.
Like full on. And then she was, And it still didn't quite register. She was like, oh, like but I still need to, I was like, you need to stop.
Oh,
I was like,
even after you screamed that, she came back at you.
Like, and then it's kind of like, it's like somebody like really steps on your boundaries, steps on your boundaries, steps on your boundaries. And then you like lash out at them because you're like, I don't know what else to do. Like I have to scream at you to, you know.
Right.
And then she's like kind of like a robot just being like, oh, malfunctioning. Yeah, and I was like, this is not necessary. We don't need to do this. Like,
I think you're right. They're justifying their job. Like, this is I have to do something because I'm getting paid. Hair too. They'll just be like this. You'll be like, thank you.
Well, I mean, it's like continuity makes sense because sometimes, my God,
that's
continuity. I saw like a film that I did that I was like holding. I was so sick. I had 103 fever, so like I was like delirious. Like. Yeah. You never would have guessed, but I'm like holding these like gift bags. And so I'm like in one scene, I'm like holding them and then suddenly they've landed on the chair and then they're back in my hand again. And I'm like, oh, did anybody catch that? And like all of like, I guess the fans like were like, did you catch that? Oh my God, the continuity. So sometimes continuity is like necessary.
They always get the lint off your shirt, but sometimes they miss the whole bag. I don't like this. No, I just don't like it. Cuts to you and you're better looking, and then to me, I look disgusting.
No, don't.
Can we put a filter on me, Marcello?
Oh my God. Okay, wait. I have so many. You do the filters also, which is hold on. Okay, so
we have to finish the other story too because people get annoyed.
When
we
don't finish,
they're
going to start yelling at me in the comments. Be like, let him finish. God damn it!
Stop yelling at him. I don't remember the story, but anyway.
Wait, SNL.
Oh, I know what it was. The process, it was like a very good situation. It was like we'd come in on Monday, be like pitched whatever. But it's like vague. This is about a guy who sells hamburgers, whatever. And they'll go, write the hamburger thing, you write the whatever thing, and then send it to us by Thursday. And then we just talk for an hour, and then we like go get food, and then you go home, and then you just like couch for, 2-3 days, and you'd send 2 sketches in on Thursday, and then Friday we'd come in and they'd have like a couple of notes and you'd rewrite that. It was like the easiest.
That sounds
job.
delightful.
And I've done another show that was like and they would keep you all day, and they thought like the longer you were there, the funnier it would be, and it's like the exact opposite. You need to like let people live their life and come up with stuff.
Yeah. That's so true. Do you find that as a comedian that like? I've heard this about Whitney Cummings that like during, when she was doing Two Broke Girls, or she was doing, when she would be in the writer's room running it, she would be like, okay, so we have this scenario where we want like one of the girls going to like a bridal shower or like a baby shower. And then she's like, who does that? Nobody does that. And so like all her jokes were on the road. And then she realized that like her joke, like her sort of thing was that she's always sort of going. And then like that was sort of, there's a point to the story and I forgot it. But basically like that, like when you're doing, I guess, like the jokes and living on the road, then you can like, you have to live life. That was the point. So you have to continue to like live life. Otherwise you can't have like jokes. And
then there are things like everyone's writing sketches about going to the snack room, or like you're in an office. So like you have all these office ideas because you're stuck there.
Yeah. That sounds terrible.
Anyway, we got through it. We got through the story. That was the whole thing. Now.
So wait, okay. So you wanted to go to SNL. So that was your dream. And then did you audition for it?
I didn't really, I was like, I kind of started off doing sketch and improv. And then after a couple of years, I was like, oh, there's no money in this. I need to make money. That's something that dawned on me.
They don't make a lot of money at SNL, right?
No, but like, that's like the only place you can make money. Like literally when I was like in a sketch group when I first came to New York. And like
you did Groundlings?
I did that in LA for a little bit, but that also, you have to pay all this money to take the classes, and then they don't pay you anything. Even when you're in the main company and it's all sold out shows, they still don't give you gas money.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
What?
They should be, I don't know, everyone's afraid to like be like, hey, can we have a little money? Because they're afraid of getting kicked out or something.
Yeah.
But it's really rude. I want to open up a new sketch group right next door called the Skylings and put them out of business. So you want to start a spite store like Larry David? And I just pay everybody $1 million. Like I'm a billionaire, and then just open up right next. Every show's free. What was I talking about? I can't keep track of my own thoughts.
So we're talking about Amy Schumer. Wait, you guys dated briefly.
I know.
How did you guys keep the dynamic?
That's like in a Google, but in reality we really didn't. We
had like a fun makeout, and then you're like,
No, we were friends for a while, and then there was a time we're hanging out a little bit in LA, and there was a couple of hookups, but it was never like a thing or it was a long time ago. But yeah, like it's like my top Google, which, you know. Okay.
Okay. All right. Wait. So how did you get into doing impressions? And like, I found you from Joe Rogan of like, literally, because he would talk about you during the pandemic all the time. And then I started following you and I was like, oh my God, he's amazing.
That's nice. I do want to, wait, let me finish the other thing. Because I started.
Which where
it's hard
so
for
many.
me. I have such ADD.
Same.
I really feel my brain is like, you know, those libraries have like a card catalog, and there's just an old man who's like trying to sift through to find the ideas.
Your filing cabinet. I have
it's
a
just
wonky
a
filing cabinet.
Slow guy who's cranking a wheel.
You had a bit about that, right? Didn't you have like a
old time music? Yeah. Yes, very good, Susie. This is what I was saying. So. Pow, bang. When I first came to New York, I was doing sketch in a sketch group, making no money. And I was like, I have to make money. So I was like, stand-ups make money. So I went to a comedy club, and then I got in there, and I started doing that. Mm-hmm. Then the guy started managing me, and he was like, lose the guitar and the impressions. That's not how you make money. You have to talk about yourself and your family, because it was like Tim Allen, you know what I mean, Seinfeld, and it was like, who's that guy, Ray Romano. It was like, that's how you make it in show business.
Or your coke problem. Didn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's a criminal. He was in jail for crimes. So I just stopped doing that, and then I got another manager, and then I started playing the guitar and doing songs, and then he was like, don't do that. So I got
anyway.
No, I didn't. I stopped. I was very afraid of like, I didn't have a good sense of like, this is what I'm good at. I need to do this. I didn't have that in me. I was more like, oh my God, white knuckling. I have to make money, you know? And like, how do you make money? That was like really my thinking, just fear based. So
I know it well.
Yes. I mean, we all, it does get things done, but.
It does. Yeah, it just makes you just never sleep.
Yes. Yeah. I don't sleep well either. But, so I was like, got really bad advice, and I never did like impressions or the songs or all these things that would have been great for what ended up happening. As I did get an SNL audition, but I was completely unprepared. I was just never did my thing. And that would have been a good show for me. I mean, if I could go back and whisper something to my younger self, I'd be like, only do characters and impressions and songs, and just make your SNL, make the stand-up shows your SNL, practice your audition. You'll have an amazing audition just over 2 years. But I wasn't around back then as myself. I was my earlier self back then.
It's hard to, well, unless you do a time jump, I guess, unless you're on a different timeline, but you found yourself to be on a different timeline.
I was on a different timeline. And the managers were trying to help me. It wasn't, they just were wrong. So I ended up going.
How did you transition to that then? From like,
so
your stand-up is so, I laugh so hard out loud, like at your bits. Like it's
so nice. Thank you. Stand-up, I still don't feel like a stand-up. I do it, and I still feel like an imposter syndrome a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. And right before I go on stage, I'm like, what am I doing? And I have this, not all the time, but a lot of times I'm like, what is this? You know what I mean?
I don't know, the old-timey bit.
Check out the old-timey bit on my channel.
Or the other thing, I literally... Your comedy, it's so relatable. And like, I've done this too, like in my writing or something, like yelling at the AI voice. That's always like, you have to keep repeating it. That bit's so good. It's so good.
It's more relevant now too. I'm really freaked out about AI to the point where, you know, when Indians, Native American Indians were seeing the ships coming from Europe. They're saying they didn't see the ships. They couldn't see
it, yes.
They see the waves, because that's all they can.
Because they couldn't recognize it because they never.
So foreign.
It's so foreign.
I think that's what's happening right now with AI. Like, I don't think we're able to conceive like what's happening and what's coming at us.
Terminator 2, that. Sarah Connor.
One of
shaking the fence.
Yeah. I could see you playing that role.
Totally.
That's a good role for you.
Yeah.
Kyle was the name of the guy in that movie. Fun fact. Very futuristic name. Yeah, because first of all, I don't know if you know about this, but there's a commercial out right now. It cost the company $400. There's no people in it. There's no locations. They just AI. They were like commercial click, and you know it would have cost them like $300,000. All the people and the boom and
we're fucking cooked,
the
man.
scouts to scout the locations, the extras. They paid $400, and no one knows it's AI. So what companies? Every company is going to start doing that. Most every one of them. If you can't tell, and it's like $400, the amount of jobs that are going away, I think it's the ship. We don't see it. Like we're like, yeah, AI's coming, but we're not.
James Cameron did. Elon Musk is like, don't do it. We're not going to do it. Cut to, hey, I have Grok.
I'm the number one guy.
I'm the number one person for AI.
Yeah. That was interesting. I was like, all right, fuck it.
If you can't beat them, join them.
In a way, it's like if China's doing it, we have to do it. It's that kind of thing. Don't you feel like we cannot stop it? We can't stop ourselves. If we can invent something cooler, we can't stop ourselves. There's no way.
I think there was a billionaire, I forget who, Soros said this. Oh, God, he's so dark. He was saying in an interview, this was like a CBS interview, and so he comes from a Jewish family, and his family was like, hey, go with this guy to be saved. And, you know, I think he's like, 15 at the time. So this guy like takes him under his wing, and I guess I'm not sure if he's part of the Nazi party or if he's like surveying, going to like people's old homes and being like, okay, this is for the Nazis and this is for blah, blah, blah. So he would go around to other people's properties and he would sort of tag along. And, and so sort of the rationale, so the whole conversation was built around, he'll buy like countries basically, and then like kind of like reassemble them or like destroy them and just be like, or like destroy them in the sense of like, hey, I'm going to invest in all these things so it'll be destroyed and then I can make even more money sort of thing. And so like he was sort of, a lot of people like had, like, how could you do this for, these like smaller countries kind of thing. And he's like, well, if it wasn't me, it'd be somebody else. So sort of the same rationale of like, well, if it wasn't me, it was somebody else. Like, it's like, I didn't have any guilt. So like, like, what about your family? They're going to the, like gas chambers. And he's like, no. And you're like, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Although this is different in the way where like, if you think about this, but like China being like our enemy. It's like, it was like more like the race to the atom bomb, where it's like, we got to do this because
it's all an illusion. We're all the same. We're all each other, living different lives.
I mean, I can get behind just like this is a simulation now.
I feel like it's a simulation. What do you think? What is your take on? What's your take?
Hot take? Hot take. I can't believe that I think this, but I'm way more open to a simulation now. And I'll tell you why. I'll back it up. Okay. And these are like the main reasons people think there's a simulation, but the universe has a speed limit, which is weird. Okay, the speed of light. That's just weird.
Or is that just our perception?
Okay, we can get into that, but
that's because we can only comprehend speed of light and like.
Well, what we can measure, so
right.
we can measure and calculate. Like you can't go faster than the speed of light because your mass would be infinite. Like there is like scientific.
It hurts my brain, but continue.
Yeah, it's just like. So there's that. There's a speed limit. There's also, we're pixelated. There's the Planck length, which is like the smallest possible length, and we're made up of triangles. They found out. You used to think we were like vibrating strings, or there are different theories, but now we know that we are pixelated. Basically, we're made up of these like Planck. It's called the Planck length. And you can Google this, guys. It sounds like I'm lying.
Can you Google
this?
Wait, Google this. What is this?
The Planck length.
Planck?
It's named after a scientist. Yeah, Planck length. Also, the double slit experiment is the most evidence for a...
Is the double slit when you are observing something, it changes?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, it's exactly like the VR where it doesn't render until you look at it. It's a wave and it's a particle when you look at it or observe it, put a camera on it. And so that's exactly what happens in your VR set. It doesn't render anything until you look at it. And there's no explanation for that slit experiment. it's just baffled scientists for 60 years.
I wonder if it's like, okay, so, I mean, we get into like the afterlife, but everyone who has had those near-death experiences talk about this, that like this whole thing is a play. And we're like, I kind of had a dream recently where it was like the separation, like it was kind of, it was very much like a Jim Carrey thought experiment of, oh, I've put this, like I'm in this body of Susie and this like archetype of Susie, and I have a personality and I'm encased in my parents' like DNA and somewhat their personality, but I've like just tried this on and I'm this avatar of like experiencing human consciousness is essential. So I'm not, you know, this identity of Susie, I'm just human consciousness, like experiencing this experience. And that just gets like really out there. But like people who've had near death experiences, they will have a life review and then go up, be met by their like relatives or parents or whoever. And then they'll realize that they've had multiple lives, like every single time. And they'll see that they chose this to have like karmic ties with people so they could learn things. Like, you know, if somebody killed their family, like somebody killed their family, maybe they were the killer in this life. Like, it's like wild where it's like they're trying to, I guess human consciousness is trying to understand itself. So it's like whatever you did in the last life, then you have to like re-experience these soul ties again, and like
you can't remember. This is my because I've heard
you come
this
here,
word.
so you start
you don't
over.
Remember, but then how do you learn when you forget the thing?
Okay, wait. I'm on. Oh, I have something.
Blank.
Wait. Hold on. I have something.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Okay.
You have the floor.
Okay,
you have the floor.
Okay.
Take your time. Don't panic. Everyone panic.
So many thoughts. We have to forget, because if we have to fully experience this life fully, because if we're living in the past life, then we're fully still in the past life.
We're not right.
We're not a clean slate, so we
really
can't
get into it.
fully like experience the new
gives me
avatar.
anxiety. Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Am I onto something?
No,
I feel like I am.
No, you have to forget in order to
and I
really
feel like the double slit experiment is like the same sort of thing about like human consciousness is it's like if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a noise kind of thing. It's sort of like it doesn't matter unless we're like viewing it or experiencing the human consciousness. And so our human consciousness is expanding like the same way, like as above, so below. The universe continues to expand like every year, more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And I wonder if that's like coincides with the consciousness. So as consciousness grows, like we're no longer living in Game of Thrones. I mean, maybe in some countries, but like, we're evolving. So I wonder, like, as that continues to, I don't know, like.
I was thinking when you said that, because when you observe the Planck experiment, they'll put a camera on it, so it's not even consciousness looking at it. Like afterwards, if you observe, like they have like a plate, whatever, behind it, and they'll show like the wave pattern. So they'll go, oh, it came through the slit as a wave, and then they'll put a camera, and then there'll be a pattern for it's a solid, just two solid photon bands. So it's not even like conscious looking at it. It's just we look at it after, and like that's what happened when you just. It's so weird. Okay, Planck blank. Do you have a definition? Look at this. It's our science podcast.
I'm loving it. Fucking
ooh, look at that. It's about 1.616255 times 10 to the negative 35.
I have no idea what that means. Okay, there's another video that I thought was like fucking fascinating as fuck. Hold on.
Anyway, we're pixelated.
Wait. We'll cut this out as I'm trying to like search for this. Hold on.
While you're looking for that, another fascinating thing that I saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, ready?
Breaking news. Scientists just proved something wild. The photon exited before it entered. Time went backwards. And that means the future can influence the now. Scientists.
All right, let me say something about this.
What is this?
Let me explain something to you.
Okay.
Here's the problem. we're the first primates. Let's say you just go to a planet, go like, hey, here's the first primate that like has kind of an understanding.
Are we actually primates? Because I've heard like theories that like aliens came down and then it's kind of like a fucking Kubrick, right? Kubrick, when they like leave the relic or whatever the fuck that shit is, and then they're like, they leave it and then the primates like become more intelligent or something, and then become humans. And so sort of like the idea is that like they leave the intelligent life or they have sex with like us and then we become humans.
I mean, we could have such a, but they know that we're 99 point something percent, orangutan, whatever is the closest primate to us. So we're mostly, we're primates. We may have a little alien
I'm curious about
somewhere. But just imagine you go, okay, there's monkeys on this planet. And then there's like this like slightly more involved monkey. It's got 0.1%, different DNA, this other monkey. And it's the first ones that can conceptualize they're going to die. Okay. You'd go, oh, they're going to need a lot of religion, a lot of drugs. They're going to be so anxious. It's just seems very understandable where we're at right now. And we're kind of, it's like asking like your dog to explain a fax machine. That's how far away I think we are from understanding.
But apparently, if you have a near-death experience or you do ayahuasca, I haven't done ayahuasca.
I know. I actually talked to my friend about doing that yesterday. I think I'm going to try it.
Really?
I'm a little scared because I've done like mushrooms and but not a lot. But I was like, I don't want to get any higher.
I've done the hero's dose, and
you did.
Yeah, you think you're going to die.
See, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but it's sort of like confronting. Like it's like exposure therapy. Like, so when I did like an acid trip, it was sort of with a boyfriend at the time. And I took the hero's dose, like, my heart's like racing just thinking about it. And sort of like you feel suddenly like your astral plane, like you're lifting off. And then you're like, no. It's just very similar to disassociation if you've ever had trauma. Or you're just like, I'm not going to be here. And you're like, no, get back in here. But as you're sort of lifting off, because I don't like that. I like being very much in my body, but it's sort of like this astral feeling. And so I had to sort of confront death. And it was very kind of sweet because I was like, it wasn't just I don't want to die. It was more of like, I'm going to miss all the people that I love. And like at the time, like I was like, I'm never going to see you again. And I don't want to die. Like it wasn't about like the scary part of dying.
That's what people say
and I was like, I'm never going to see you again. And it feels sad.
I'm going to talk to Kyle.
And so, but then like, oh my God. And so for me, I was asking for healing. And that was like, I set an intention. And so then all the things that like, whatever trauma, it suddenly was like, cue the sirens. Right
Pick
on
up
time.
the dead body.
We are living in a simulation.
Crashes right through here, both die. Yeah, it's coming right by us.
But what was interesting was like it forced me to just like look at everything and re-experience it and like unbox and unpack all of it. And then I was like, wait, I've made amazing choices in my life. Like I go from thinking of like, oh my God, this is terrible. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I want to die. Like, and then you go from like thinking you're a terrible person or like, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, my choices are amazing. Oh my God, I've made amazing choices. And then suddenly it was like, I went from feeling like just terrible to like finding my inner divineness. Like I felt like I looked in the mirror and it was just, it felt like, this is a trippy thought, but it was like suddenly it was like, oh, I'm embodying the Venus, painting, like sort of with the hair.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She's like covering her whatever. And it was sort of like I was suddenly fully in my feminine, and it was like going through, it felt like I was like walking through the sludge of Shawshank, where it's like, Andy Dufresne just walk through,
18 miles of shit.
18 miles of shit. And so like I went through that to have this incredible, like enlightened experience. And like,
you had a good experience.
Well, and then it was like, we're having telepathic conversations. Like it was a wild.
How long?
And then I saw like photographs were moving. So like in the photograph of like trees swaying, like the trees would go back and forth, and then the water like of like a lake would be like going back in and out. And I was like, am I seeing a different dimension?
Yeah. How long did that stay with you? That like good feeling, and were you able to
It was
access that, or did it, like did it fade, or like what happened after you woke up? I guess came down from the drugs.
I did not sleep, so I was like, it was like a 13-hour trip, so I was like grateful.
Oh my God!
I took the hero's dose.
Did your boyfriend too take the hero dose?
Yeah, but I feel like he was more of a, they call it a psychonaut, where he just would do that on a Tuesday, like all the time.
Oh, okay.
So it just feels like that was more of his like and the relationship clearly didn't last because I was like, oh, this is he did it it was a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It was one of the most intense experiences because I went through fears and trauma and, and then having to like come out the other end of it and just being like, then feeling like, okay, I'm okay, and then finding my inner divine,
Yeah, I'm
like, it was super intense, but then it helped me sort of reconnect and embody, I guess, like in the physical form. It kind of felt like I had access to that like higher self, divine self that I could like, it wasn't just like in my head, like as an idea, like sort of like, when you like process certain things, I feel like it's like I come to these like realizations that like whatever it is, it's like you can intellectualize something and then you like fully feel it in your body that you now understand it like on every single plane, like mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Like it helped me physically see it and embody it. Like I could feel it, I could see it, like I could see my divine self, if that makes any sense.
And then you can access it now much easier, or over time was it harder to get back to it, or?
I think it was like the first time that I realized that it existed. Mm-hmm. Like it was like the awareness of, oh, like I have access to this. And I think, you know what? I think like when I've fallen in love, like I feel like I've accessed that again. Mm-hmm. Where I'm like, oh, she's here, she's back. Oh. So there is sort of this like integration of like you like just discover or you get these downloads. It's sort of like in these psychedelic experiences or in death, like I feel like you also get these like crazy downloads in death, like, or if there's an extreme amount of pain, like, loss or grief, or like you get these downloads and then you sort of have to reintegrate it into your life, like these lessons. Cause sometimes you learn the lessons, then you forget the fucking lessons. And then you're like completely forget about it because you're not like integrating it in your life.
It makes your life though, like let's say my life, like if this is true, like so insignificant and so like,
how so?
Because if you're like going to live new lives and you go up and then you live a different life, it's like this one was just a lesson on a thing. If that's what it is,
that's what they say it is.
But that makes this like,
yeah, but you don't get to have another experience as Kyle Dunnigan. Like in this body, in this personality, you're going to be somebody else. Like apparently you get to choose. Like apparently this is what they say, that you can literally go, I want that. Like there was a lady who described it in this near-death experience that she would go down a grocery aisle and just pick out cereals and be like, I want this, I want this, I want this.
Okay. But I care about, let me be selfish for a minute. I care about me. You see what I'm saying? I care about my life and my story and the people that I know and love. That's who I care about. And I know like when you die, like everything goes away. I mean, when you have amnesia, you forget who you are and who your loved ones are. So when all the blood's out of your brain, you're going to, I'm sure, not be able to remember anybody. But that kind of, like that makes me feel like then this is kind of just like a game, which might be.
Well, this is like what we're talking about, the simulation. So, but also here's the thing is that
that's so disturbing.
But that's what they say, I guess, in the near-death experiences. Also, if you check them out, oh my God!
If you check it out, don't check it out though. If you don't want to be anxious.
Check it out.
But we have. Here's what bothers me: we have so little. You're like,
I'll just get my leg up here.
Sit on my foot. I'm frustrated with the limited amount of information we have. I'm a fact. I'm like a science kind of guy. What if we find out that we don't know? Like these scrolls written in the Iron Age are actually just people like now that people have theories now, and that's their theory back then. And what if we just don't know yet?
Yeah, we don't.
It's unnerving to me, but I can't quite. I don't have enough information to be like, I know this, and I know people who do are very religious and they do know, but I feel like when I talk to them, I feel like they don't know. Do you know what I mean? Because at least I have a small group of people I'm talking about, but like I was on the plane with this
Your
lady.
softball crew.
Yeah, those are all my friends. But this really Catholic woman on a plane was, talking to me, and I'm taking her flyers and talking about Jesus, find Jesus, all this stuff, and then she insulted me, and then I was like, I don't need to be.
That's
nice
not very
to this lady.
Jesus-like.
Yeah, she said I was wasting my time doing comedy, so wasting my life, and I was like. In my head, I was like, click. Not that I was mean to her, but I was like,
bye.
I was genuinely asking. I wasn't being fake anymore. I was like, what about this? What about this?
So getting back to the near-death experiences is that apparently you live these multiple lives, but you also do them again and again with the people in your life. So you might meet them again. But then now
about the whole other stories. And it's like, if you forgot the whole other thing.
But that's the whole point. If you already knew it, then you knew what to do. So that's the thing is like you're constantly, completely, fully immersed, but you're like in the back of your subconscious. Here's a theory, working theory, is that like in your subconscious, it's like this little whisper of, it's like, do this or don't do this. Like, don't date this guy. And it's like, I'll date the guy. And then so many times in my life, but, or it's like, follow this whisper of like your higher self kind of thing. And it's sort of like we get to choose and we have free will. So I guess it's like, we have these soul contracts. This is just all theory. And this is all going based off of like thousands of people who've had these experiences. And the really interesting thing is they have the same experience over and over and over again. Now, I don't know if that's just like a DMT trip that they all kind of go on the same thing, but it's weird that it's personal to the person, but it's still the same experience. You go through the life review, then you like see Jesus or, Christ or whatever the God figure is. And then you meet your family. And then it's this, they always describe it the same, that it's this like, it's like this palace made of marble and it's white and it's always these like it's like a Renaissance like architecture and it's very grand and they always kind of describe it in the same manner over and over and over and like that's like all the people from all different walks of life have the same experience like their perception is their own perception but they describe it very similarly over and over and they have these like soul contracts that they have to continue to learn. And I do think it's like the forgetting your past lives are important so you can fully be immersed in the experience because if you already knew the experience, then you're like, all right, well, I already know what to do. I already know how to play the video game.
So there's this other self that that after you die, you go up and you go, oh, I learned something. And that other self is like separate from who you are right now.
No. So you realize all the lives that you've ever had. So you go back up and like that's apparently the real experience or the real life. So you go, oh, I had this experience and oh, I was an army vet and oh, I was a king and oh, I was a princess and oh, was homeless and I would, like all these different lives and you have these like crossover with, let's say family members like or best friends or partners like over and over and over and you like swap roles or you decide like what you want to learn in this life. Like sometimes you can just be like, no, I think I learned this. Like I'm good. This is what
But there's so many things that happen there. You go like, what could possibly the lesson be? Like they can't all be lessons. There's so many just things that happen that are like a baby dying at 1, like that baby's, I learned how to, I didn't learn anything. Anyway, where's the next one?
Well, apparently, I guess they say that like those are the really, really hard lessons or like that's the hard, like they'll take the really challenging like, I don't know, like someone of war or whatever the fuck, where it's like, they're like, I'll take it on, you know, of like, I'll be the strongest soldiers for God kind of thing. And it's like, I guess you learn something. I mean, every traumatic thing that I've ever been through, I learned the most. Like, I mean, I get all.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, the things that hurt the most, you learn.
You learn
remember
the most.
You don't forget those.
So,
but here's the thing, though.
I have so many more questions. I like literally
I feel
wrote
like
all this shit.
I feel like we could do a year-long podcast every day.
Okay, so
we're back.
Before we backtrack to the near-death experiences of why we're here in the human consciousness, I really think it's like we have to forget in order to fully be immersed in the experience, to fully like
that makes sense.
Learn something new, so then when we go back up, we're like, oh, here's what I learned. But it's not even just like learned. It's like, I guess, the experience apparently, and it's just all a play. And it's like whatever bad things like happen to you is like you also chose it. So it's like you chose to have like, you know, which is also interesting because I also think that we have free will to like unchoose it. You know, of like if you're bringing in chaos into your life, where I was like, wow, you know, my house burned down and all these people died. I like maybe you can't, you know, control people dying, but like, you know,
I can. I have the power.
You have the power.
Well, I subscribe. It's always hard for me. I subscribe.
Subscribe and like.
Share. Smash that thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up is the most annoying thing. Smash that thumbs up. Who started that? And when will they die? Smash that thumbs up like button. I think it's important to keep the door open and being like what you're saying. I don't go like, that's not true. In my head, I'm like, okay, maybe. Because I think if you go like Mohammed or Jesus, like that's the thing. It's
kind of the same.
It's got to be, right? Because we're all people. It's got to something's got to be linked up, I guess. But also, it could be that we are just smarter primates, and we're on a planet, and we die, and it's so upsetting. We can't be like, that's it. But all the evidence, or like most of the evidence. And we could be a Sims. Like, these things could happen, but like right now for what we have, it's like if you just take a piece out of your brain, like your personality will change. So to go like, I'm like this, you can't even, you know, that guy who got that thing through his head, the pole through his head.
Oh, dear God.
What's his name? But his personality changed. You know, it's like we're such a fragile little meat thing in there. By the way, we're talking about, see, let me say something. I have too much time on my hands. That's the problem. We're geared to like work all day and then die at 40. That's what we're made for.
Well, I'm doing pretty well. We're both doing pretty well.
Yeah, we have all this free time now, and like life is it's a lot. I mean, we've been very lucky. There's parts of the world that aren't like this, but like we have all this free time in our business and to like think and ruminate, and we have more trouble sleeping than like a cat. If I woke up in the farm and I farmed, I would crash out and sleep so well.
My best friends have a farm. They do that. They crash out. Yeah, they sleep great.
So it's like, I sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to think about it. It's like, it's this rabbit hole, and like the thing before I said, like, it's like a monkey trying to explain how a fax machine works. Like, I'll never get there. I'm frustrated. I'd like to get there, but life is so short, and my brain is so small. Thoughts?
I mean, I guess because I'm listening also to thousands upon thousands of accounts, like over and over and over, and if they're all saying the same thing, like either one of two things is happening. They're having a DMT trip when they die, and there's no oxygen, so you release DMT when you die, which you also release DMT when you sleep. So it's like all those like whoa, like crazy dreams, like yeah. So it's like either everyone's having that psychedelic experience and then it's just lights out, you know, and then you're just like that's maybe a nice peaceful way to like go into the eternal nothingness. But apparently, I don't know, like people who've died for, 40 fucking minutes or whatever it is, like have these like never ending eternal experiences that felt like they lived lifetimes. like over and over and over. So like one thing for sure is happening is that everyone's having a very similar experience who generally dies and then comes back to life. There's something to be like from a scientific point of view, like there's something to explore in that.
Yeah, it's just like the amount of information and is just like what you're saying. It's like I saw light, I reviewed my life, I saw this beautiful place. But it's like, you know, when you take the subject is in a very compromised moment. Do you know what I mean? Is in a state where it's not a very reliable thing. Like even you taking those drugs, like you were reviewing your life and you weren't dead. But you were going, I'm going to miss this person. I'm going to die. Like that's a natural, you know, thing when somebody comes in to like review your life. People going in plane crashes. And I mean, I'm open to all of it, but I'm also open to like maybe it is a simulation and the thing gets turned on or whatever. We're Sims. But it's like everything I hear about or think about, it's like I'm just like, we don't have enough information. We have like some little sparses and there's some similarities between religions. There's connection maybe, but like it's so unsatisfying, the amount of information and the type of evidence. It's like, it's just like there's evidence that we completely forget everything if we get amnesia just a little bit. So then I'm like,
well, apparently you remember all the other lives. Like, I guess, like a lot of people, like I'd say about like 40%, like remember all the other lives that they had. Or like, you know, you have like people who, you know, there's been instances where they remember an entire life and then they'll go be like, okay, I was this lady and I had this family and I died in this house. And then they'll go and research it and exactly everything that they couldn't have known like happened. And you're like, how the fuck is this even possible? Kind of thing. Like there are, or my, one of my best friends, her father is a doctor. And like when people have died, like that sort of thing, they astral like project and then they'll be like, oh, I see, like they'll notice details that they couldn't possibly know, like about like, I don't know, it's like, oh, you have a bald spot or oh, like blah, 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 like whatever that is. It's like, or they would know things that they couldn't know like unless they were in the higher plane and they would come back with this information. They're like, how do you know? Like to the doctor, and they'd be like, what the fuck? How do you know that? How do you know that? Like,
yeah, like I'm saying it's like worth exploring.
Like that's
worth exploring.
Like that needs to be explored. Yeah. And I feel like we more and more because of like social media. What I find is so interesting. For so long, we didn't have access to information whatsoever. Like it was just, you know, you're in your little world. You meet the people that you meet. And you're sort of just going about your life. And like, there's so much, I mean, fucking like how many trillions and trillions of information is there like just out there in the world about how the chair is made and, you know, how this table's made or like the story of this microphone, like, you know.
It's a very boring story. I actually know that microphone story. You wouldn't be interested.
But you know what I'm saying? Like literally, like there's just so much information that we're never going to possibly know. Like, you know, there's just in like
that bothers me.
Like comedy. Like you have any like just think about like the you know people's lives in comedy or just like the history of comedy and you're a comedian and it's like it's still hard to know everything.
I'm a financier who does comedy on the side. I'm a finance expert who does sometimes comedy. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, speaking of which, so your impressions okay, two questions. How did you start doing these impressions, and did you just start putting them online?
Oh, yeah. There was an app that like I saw, and it had Donald Trump, and I did a Donald Trump impression for friends, and I looked nothing. I looked the opposite of him, and I was like, oh, this seems like a better impression, putting his face on me. And then I started posting those videos, and they did pretty well. And then I went from there, and then it was like that completely changed my career, that just doing what I should have been doing a long time ago.
Yeah, that fucking guy. Did you fire him? Did you fire them?
He died. The first guy died. The second guy, I don't remember if I fired him or did they fire me?
He's in the simulation. He's like, hey, yeah, sorry, just kidding. Yeah, I'm in the simulation.
You needed that. But I actually do, I guess maybe I'm saying that because it makes me feel better, but like, I don't think I regret it because I've had this like very long, wavy career where I've never had like a down thing. I've just been like so like a this the whole time. I wasn't like, Lindsay Lohan or something.
She's having a comeback. Wow.
She looks
looking
different.
Amazing.
What did she do? Because I was like, that sounds like Lindsay Lohan.
A lot of people were saying that she got the Kris Jenner facelift or whatever.
Which is very good.
I mean, but then like, I guess her family members are saying no. Maybe just some Botox, maybe not drinking, losing some weight. Like when I lose weight, I feel like I remove wrinkles in my face. Like, haven't done Botox. Not gonna yet.
You've done no Botox?
No. See, my face moves.
Nice. Wow, you can Jim Carrey your eyebrows. That's pretty impressive. All right.
Haven't done it yet. Because I like you know what? It's the ability when I can't feel, like I like being in my body and I like to be able to feel even if it's really painful. Like it just fucking scares me to not.
You don't need it also.
Oh, thanks. Well, sometimes because I feel like, it's
you don't need it either, Kyle. Thank you. Jesus Christ. No, I do need it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to do the Kris Jenner face.
Do it.
I'm going to do the Kris Jenner face. It'll look good. Look at it. It looks good. Just look at that. Can you get it close with me?
So hot.
That looks good. And then my lips. All right.
Okay, wait. Wow. Have you ever done impressions in front of somebody? Can we turn the air on? It's getting crispy.
Smoky.
Smoking. Have you done impressions in front of the person? The person?
Yeah.
Oh my God, how'd that go?
Not good.
Me too.
Not good.
How did it? Was it?
Bill Maher.
Oh my God, tell me the story.
Okay, people.
That's so good.
No, I just did.
Can you tell it in Bill Maher, in your Bill Maher voice?
So we were on a plane. Okay. And there was a lot of people around. And this little twerp named Kyle came up to me. No, I actually went to Hawaii with him in a plane. It was his plane, a private plane. And then we were in Hawaii. We had like a vacation with like a small group. It wasn't like a big group.
Who else was in the group? Other comedians?
Oh, Alan Thicke.
I love Alan Thicke.
He was such a good guy too, and he died. His wife was very, she was cool.
It was something. I don't know the story.
He wanted my girlfriend. I was dating Sarah Silverman at the time, comedian, and he wanted her to go. We had missed our flight to Hawaii, and she's like, "Come on my plane." So we got on his plane, and he was really mean to me. And I'm like, my paranoid.
Did he know that you did impression?
I hadn't done. I was in the I don't do impressions phase of my career, and.
He's a bit pompous. I've met him. He's a bit like, I'm very self-important. And he could not, I felt like a bug in his presence. I just felt like, hello, Quasimodo, can I help you, sir? Like, it was just like at some party. And I just somehow like found
You should have done that. That would have been funny if you had never like that.
Can I help you, sir?
Oh, God, who is this person? Please get her away from me.
Literally, that's what I felt.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you're friends with him, I feel like he's probably cool, but very just like, he's like a grumpy cat where everything doesn't satisfy him.
He is like a grumpy cat. He's very
fussy.
Oh, you're here again?
I love Bill Maher, but like, I appreciate him and see him for exactly who he is, where he just has disdain and criticism for everybody. Probably himself most, I think.
Oh, you think he's one of those?
I think he probably is very self-critical, but he'll never probably say that out loud, so he puts it outward.
Yes, that's what they do. Yeah, then he goes on Joe Rogan and he shit on me. And he pretended like he didn't know me.
That's some good clout, though. Getting, see? I mean, if they're talking about
he
you,
goes,
regardless.
I don't know who, you had some guy on doing a terrible impression of me. I don't know who he was. Went to Hawaii with you. Anyway, it's fine. I thought it was funny.
Remember? So then what happened
He
in the
probably
story?
didn't remember. He probably was like, because he was, we would, this is like, in Hawaii, we'd be like in a group talking, and he in a circle, and he would come in and just like put his back to me, so I'd be out of the circle, and I was like, okay.
He did
And
that to
then-
me as well.
He did?
Yeah, high five, high five.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
That's his thing. But and then my girlfriend at the time was like, he's being mean to you, right? And I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking it too.
Wait. So you did
Confirmation.
when you did the impression in front of him, how did that go? Or
Just really ignored. I don't remember what I said. I probably should. At this point, I think I was like kind of, he was being a dick to me, so I kind of just threw a little thing at him. But I remember what it was. We were at dinner, and he come, and I was like, I don't know. I don't want to even do it, but it's stupid.
Oh, what? Oh, really?
No, I just was like,
You
I
got
heard the
shy.
crowd was. Yeah, I get really shame. I feel shame like acutely. It's weird that I
Aw.
perform because I feel like crushing shame sometimes.
Wait, yeah. Wait, what? Like, how so? Like, how in this experience? Just because it didn't go well?
No, I just didn't want to do like a bit, you know.
Wait, what? Wait.
I didn't want to like do like it would seem like I was doing a bit.
I love your bits
I do. You don't? Do you feel shame a lot in your life?
all the
or not
time, and I
much?
just
Really?
power through it.
You
yeah.
do? Good.
I
Good. Yeah, power
blush
through.
every 5 minutes.
What makes you feel shameful?
I'm just like very like I'm my biggest fan. And my like
Yeah, you are
harshest
shameful. Yeah. Oh,
harshest critic.
Yeah.
So I have like a balance between those two worlds where I've really found where I can take criticism really, really well just because I feel like I have a very healthy sense of self that I've had to really and I've had to like earn that for myself of making really good decisions over and over and over and like aligning myself with the highest good, and you can't like fool yourself. So every time that it's like, you know, I'll like trick myself, then I'll feel like, you know, like I feel, I feel like I have a very high bar for myself. So when I fall short, like if I leave a conversation like on a down note, or if I like,
I do that too. I'm like, what did I say?
like I'll overanalyze it to death because I'm trying to get better constantly. And like, you know, like sometimes you can leave an interaction and feel so good about it. And you're like, oh, I really nailed that. You know,
Yeah.
like I felt really good. Like I was in the pocket. Like, you know, like I'll think about it, or, you know, just cringy shit that I did. Like, I don't know, when I was like in front of like school like kids, like when I was like, I don't know, like 11 or 12, and like playing, like I had
Oh, this still brings up some shame, some embarrassment for you?
I mean, it was like
Just thinking
one of
about
as a child, like, yeah, because so I was like a really, really good tennis player, but then the gym teacher was like, hey, we're going to use you as the like example. And so
okay.
you're going to be like, I was always like the athlete. So they would always be like, you know, I would be the like, show them how it's done,
Right,
Susie.
right,
And
yeah.
so I've never played, it was like pickleball, or it was like, it wasn't pickleball, but it was like something a bit like that, totally different. And I was like, this is not tennis at all. And so
yeah.
like I could not hit the ball over the
yeah.
net, and everyone was like, you fucking suck. And like, it was just,
Really?
I got
That's so
bullied. I
mean.
got bullied mercilessly.
That's so mean.
Yeah, but I was tough. Like I cried about it a few years ago, finally. I just like released it from my body. But I think like I was bullied relentlessly because I think like there was very much tall poppy syndrome in Boston.
What's tall poppy syndrome?
Where if you're doing well and you're trying to like celebrate that, or if you're, you know, like 'cause
Yeah.
tennis, I was doing really well, or if like, and you're like, oh, fuck you, you're a loot. Like they'll just try to.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, they try to knock you down.
They try to
'cause-
knock you
yeah.
down. And so, but it
Cool.
was relentless until I was like, there was nothing
Jeez.
left. Like it just, yeah.
Sucks. Did you practice a lot, or were you just like naturally good, or a little both?
Yeah, no, I became, I feel like I was like this like athlete / artist, and I didn't quite fit like as like a
Yeah.
girly girl, even though like, you know, I loved pink, and I like Barbies were cool, but I also loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I
Yeah.
loved like animals and like, but yeah, like I just didn't feel like I really fit in. Like I had like best friends, but I just had a lot of energy. I was sort of like this like wild feral animal, and I still sort of am to a certain degree. But like, I think that when I think about younger me and like 9-year-old me, of like the most like painful like memories of just feeling like alone and not fitting in, like that's the source of like pain of like where a lot of my issues like stemmed from, because my parents were just like so busy, or they, you know, they were just trying to do their best. But I think like my dad came from the silent generation and coming from like war, like a child in war and like a concentration camp, and like having the most horrendous things, like you see people murdered, like what happens in a concentration camp. It was like a collective farm, but it was like a version of a concentration camp anyway in World War II. And, you know, and so I just think like when two people meet, and my mom had lost like everyone in her family. So I think that they were riddled with trauma. And so it was sort of like, let's stay busy. Let's not like sit with ourselves kind of thing.
Right.
And so I think my parents were just trying to survive. And I think a lot of the attention went to my sister. And like during the eulogy, I figured out, me and my sister had different fathers. So I think my mom was very protective of making sure that like she would never be left behind, like that she would never be, like that she was always a part of the family, like, because, you know, she has a new dad. And my dad was great. Like they had a really close relationship, and like, funny enough, like my dad did not understand me. So I think that there was just like, my parents were trying their best. And I just remember just feeling not understood, not seen, not alone, and not having any attention. So I think I like used that when I found that I was good at something like tennis. I just, you know, I got all this attention. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I can survive. I'm getting, whoa. Right. And I was like, and I loved it. Like, and so I would play until my hands would bleed. Wow. So like the, you know, the Pavlovian response of like, serve. And then I just became really, really good. I was like, the first or second time I played, like there were 3 coaches around my court being like, she's never played before. Like she's only played once. And so sort of that, I think that, you know, of like, oh, I'm going to be okay. Like I'm loved. And then it was more about the thing I could do versus like, so then, you know, so I think the source of my pain, a lot of that was like, my parents were just trying their best, but I think how I interpreted however I was raised was, oh, if I'm not a superstar, or if I'm totally like a hot mess or like a problem, then I'll get attention.
I totally relate.
So I was like the black sheep too, like, we don't understand her, she's crazy, and going to the principal's office all because I was like class clown. You know, and so I think like the source, and I just lean in to the feeling of shame or like whatever that is of embarrassment. And I feel like I think on the other end of that is like the things that I want, which is intimacy, which is like closeness, which is like leaning into the pain of that, because I get punched in the face. Like it's like telling a joke. It's like when the joke bombs, you just, I don't know, like me, it's like, I'll just double down and lean back in and be like, hello, that, you know, let's acknowledge the bomb that just happened, and I'll just keep leaning in, and because then it becomes funny again.
Yeah, no, I totally relate to that.
Where does your shame come up?
It fueled, Do we have 2 hours? No. But yeah, that fueled you to like play really hard and
try to be successful in everything. But then I had to deconstruct that, because I was like, oh, I got all the things that I set out to do and the things that I wanted, and I'm still not feeling loved.
Yeah, right.
You know, and so then it's like, okay, well then it's the journey has been to fully like and so that's when I say like I've fully learned to just love myself and embrace myself and like the flaws, and like when I'm not perfect, because I'm such a perfectionist, of like knowing that if I wasn't perfect, that like, you know, then I wouldn't, you know, be told, oh, Susie superstar. So it's sort of like, you know, and I like the good quality. I like fucking, you know, I don't know, Gucci shoes. Like the craftsmanship of like a Gucci shoe is way different than like, I don't know, like a Nine West shoe, or what is it, Steve Madden shoe? Like it's just like, I don't know, like the when you can feel like a great meal, like the difference between like, oh, that's an okay meal, or like, oh my God, like I appreciate the craftsmanship of making something amazing and the work that it takes to get there. I don't know. So I do appreciate that, but then like not making that your identity.
Yeah, that's very relatable. I wonder how many people relate to that because I relate to that because when I was younger they were like the cool kids were like I could sit at the table if I made them laugh. Like I was literally like that equaled love or like that acceptance. It was like
That
you
was
have
my
to
next
do
question.
a thing.
Yes.
You know? And you can't just be nothing and be loved. That's not like a option. You have to like achieve and that. I totally relate to that.
That's like more of a male thing too. I mean, women experience that, but I definitely think that that's more of like if like fucking Chris Rock had a whole bit about it, that if you're not providing.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a family or even consider because I was like, I'm not making enough money. It wasn't even like an option. Yeah. Goes the unborn child that never happened because I did that. Sorry.
Wait. So when you got shy about doing a bit, that's like kind of what you do. This is what you do in front of me the whole time, and I'm so entertained. I'm like, what? How did you suddenly get shy?
I do a lot. Shame is a close
what do you tell yourself? You're like,
mine.
oh, that's.
I just go, there's my old friend, shame. Embarrassment. There's just a few things, but I obviously I burn through it and I perform and do stuff. But there's a lot of times where I'm like, I don't want to be looked at right now, but I have a show and I have to go up on stage. A lot of times.
I know that feel. You know what? There was this quote that Harrison Ford was on the show Shrinking, and it resonated so hard, and it's like kind of going viral, where he's like. Look, I want to go. It's sort of they're going around the room, almost like a AA meeting, and he's like, I didn't get to speak, and they're like, oh, she's like, I didn't get to speak, and then he goes up and he's like, well, I feel uncomfortable making this about me or like whatever, and everyone's like, yeah, like they're all like, yeah, sure you are. He's like, when I can't control it, I don't like it when I can't control.
That's so honest.
It's so honest.
That's so true.
And I feel like that's such a human experience.
I want to
like,
control like stress environments. I want to control, and I feel that. And it makes you so not loose, and it's actually very off-putting. The energy, it makes people like want to get away from you.
I got so nervous, like even though like I love like spending time with you, but like I got nervous of like, oh well, like I have all these questions. I know we can like talk for infinity, so I was kind of like I'm not worried about it, but it was sort of like the nervousness of that like sort of feeling of like I have no control, and I've really kind of like relinquished control and just let myself sort of surrender of like wherever it's going to go, just lean in, let people see you, and it's always like the letting people see you, which is what I want, but it's also like I can't control how they see me.
It's so good you're aware of that though. That's like the big first step is being, but so many people aren't never aware of it and they die. And they have to relive their lives and then learn.
Wait. Which part? What, the being aware of the...
You're aware that, like, because I'm the same way, and I think a lot of people relate to it. You're just aware that, like, you have to, like, to be seen and to be... You have to drop all that stuff and that control. You have to let go of that control, and it's like a terrifying feeling.
It's terrifying.
But you have to. You have to. And I have some example in my own life, just like where I didn't, and I'm like, just would have been so much better.
Really?
Just being like not rehearsing, not doing, and just letting go.
You
and
never
just,
do that with me though. You're always kind of like beep a doop a doop a doop.
Well,
Here I am. But you're like fully
I
you.
take a Valium right before I see you, so I relax.
Just like my mother. She's
dead.
Did
she like that?
No.
Valiums?
No. I think that was just her baseline of like I need to take a Valium.
Wait a minute. How old was your dad when he had you? That he was in World War II.
45.
That still doesn't track. World War II.
He was born in 37.
How was he in World War II? He was 5 years old.
How was he in World War II?
Oh, did you say? Oh, was it Vietnam?
Did you say Bill Maher?
Okay, people. He wasn't in World War II. That would make him 5 years old.
7. So he was in concentration camp from 43.
I imagined him with a gun.
No.
He was in a camp. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
A collective farm where, like they had to.
Wow. So when he was like,
it was a work camp.
Formative years, he was in a concentrated. Yeah, that's going to have a serious effect. I would imagine.
Just trauma, just like from age 2 until because they weren't Nazis, and so if you're not like he was German, so they went back over to Germany, and they were from East Prussia, so they're actually Prussian, even though they spoke like German or whatever.
Whenever I hear Prussia, I'm like, that's made up. I know it was a thing.
Back in like the 1800s.
I think you mean Russia. They're like, no, Prussia.
Yeah, no, Prussia. It's like right there. It's like Soviet land, I guess. I don't know.
At one point, they're just, let's lose the pig. Yeah, no, but it's really interesting. I really relate to that, where I want to control some situations so hard, and you just like that thing where you squeeze the puppy and you kill it.
Oh God! Oh, because you love it so much.
Yeah, you want to control it, and then like that thing like squeezing the puppy. I think they call it.
Oh man,
it's like a term.
Damn.
Squeezing the puppy.
Yeah.
It's really counterintuitive to.
Yeah, but you're more of an avoidant. You don't seem like a smotherer. You don't feel like you're anxious.
Oh no, I do have my moments of
really?
Anxious. Yes, for sure. Yeah, very.
What do you get anxious about?
Performing.
Yeah.
Like having to do.
Oh no, I meant attachment. Like you feel like you're more independent. Like it feels like you would be more the avoidant than the like anxious attached. Like hey, you okay? You want to text me back? Like you're kind of like, nah, bitch, I'm good.
I'm so sorry for writing that in the text. I shouldn't have said the word
Honestly,
bitch.
I kind of loved it.
Oh, bitch, I'm good. No, I've been a loner most of my life. When I grew up, I was always like, I'd play golf by myself. Everything I did was like kind of loner stuff. Mm-hmm. And I guess I don't think of myself. You asked me this last time I saw you, and I thought about it. I'm like, I guess I am like a lonerish kind of person. I don't think I like it. Mm-hmm. Like I joined a softball league.
So you're trying.
I'm trying.
Are you an introverted extrovert?
Define that. I think so, but I'm not sure. What is that
so,
exactly?
like, you recharge alone?
Yes.
Yeah, but then, like, I feel like with some people you can still recharge. Like, I'm kind of the same way. I'm like a 50-50. Like, maybe I'm just, like, super, super sensitive. Like, apparently on all the personality tests, I'm very, very extroverted, but, like, but also like I'm so sensitive. So sometimes like I get really overwhelmed by like energies, like especially on the subway. I'm like, it just crowds and like, cause there's just so much information.
Is that introvert or is that Asperger's?
It might be Asperger's. It might be. I have
autism.
Apparently, like literally, I joke about this with my friends that like I'm slightly autistic.
I think everybody is. I think we're all. But
I think it's like I'm super, super empathic. So I feel like my energy can. And I wonder. We talked about this also. Like when you're going and you're downloading a character. So sort of like. You become them.
There is something about you sort of like think or you feel like you're in their body.
You're in their body.
Yeah.
And so there's like and I know that because I do that also where.
You're really good at impressions. Do people know that?
I posted it. I'm not as good at, I don't practice it.
What's going on, Jennifer Coolidge? Oh, God. That's the shame I felt that you're feeling right now. You feel that? Yeah. Now you know.
Wait, but your Bill Maher was so good.
Your Jennifer Coolidge is really, I'm not.
Hold on, I have to like find her voice. Wait,
it's so good.
Wait. Hold on.
Hold on, everybody.
Hold on, let me find her.
Cut this out.
Oh, fuck, where is she? Oh my, wait. Oh, I can't even.
That was already good.
That was already, hold on.
You were already there.
Oh my God. Hold on. I can't breathe.
You look like her daughter a little bit. She had a daughter.
Yeah. Wait, if I can channel her. Oh, no. Oh my, Kyle.
Oh no.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. We'll cut so much of this out. Oh my God. You look like the 4th of July.
That's so good. It's so good.
But I have to.
Where did she say that?
These gays are trying to murder me.
Wait. White Lotus.
Yes.
Was the 4th of July line from White Lotus too?
No.
Look at the 4th of July.
It was, oh God. Especially doing it in front of Ian because you're so good.
Don't you, but I feel that same, like, I don't know, sometimes I'm like, why do I perform? But yeah.
But you're Bill Maher. You were just like fucking dialed in.
That guy, that's one of the easy ones for me to do because our voices are close. Like,
yeah.
There's different, people speak in like 4-note ranges.
Yeah, you're like
right
literally
there.
I could see you almost like slide into the Bill Maher.
Yeah. Here we go, sliding back in. Anyway, I go where I am is good though because it's like there's like a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday.
Oh, we're okay.
Like the there's like, this is very boring, but it's not.
I feel like everything you
parking's not
do
that bad.
is so hilarious and fascinating to me.
All right, cool, nailed it. What should we? I mean, we have a.
I have like 50 more questions. I feel like we're just sort of riffing.
Just
but
shoot.
hold on. So, like, you do this for a living, and I feel like getting in front of
Finance.
Yes, but I'm saying comedy. So
Okay,
like
comedy,
that's what I'm trying to understand. So it's sort of like, I know if I can like rehearse something over and over and over and over and over and over, like then I don't like then I feel like the nerves sort of like fall away.
I need to do that. I have something coming up where I'm like, well, this is to myself. Will you work harder so you're not like stressed?
Yeah,
and I'm like
yeah.
not even working hard on it, and I'm like,
Because
I hope I remember what you're saying because I'm going to work harder.
Because I feel like for when I was playing tennis, it was sort of like I would be like a fake an injury or just, oh, my back hurts. Actually, my back would hurt a lot, but I would be like, I'm not ready. I don't want to play this tournament. Like until like if I was really putting in the work, because I knew if I was putting in the work, then I was like, you know, I could feel really good about it. But going in like unprepared, you're like, I don't want to fight this war.
Yeah.
Like this seems like a bad idea. I'm gonna get my ass handed to me, and I know the embarrassment of like the shame you'll feel, and you're like, fuck that noise.
Yeah, it is nerve-wracking playing tennis. Even when I play with friends for like a little money or something, like
Really?
you get like, oh god, I get there. I can't imagine what you went through, but that is like stress.
Well, it was. I think it was more the stress around it. Like growing up as like a junior top tennis player athlete, where it's like it made everyone insane, sort of like a child actor. Sort of like the stage parents were just everywhere, and they were fucking insane. Like, I mean, we're talking like Best in Show shit.
Oh boy.
Like really just super. It would bring out the worst in people, and it would be like the most dysfunctional shit just ever. And you're just like, this is, you know, I hate this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you quit when you were in college. Was that scary for you? Like, what am I going to do? Or you already were like, had something?
No, I think my mom put me like in an art camp, acting camp when I was 9. And
you had a bunch of interests. Yeah. I was saying, it's weird because people want to put you in the box. And you're like, I like to do different things.
Wait, we talked about this. Hold on.
Yeah.
You said this like really quickly when we met. And you were like, do people like find that they want to put you in like a certain box? And you're like, not that, but you know. And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, do people think you're a certain way? And I was like, and it's so weird to me because it feels so obvious of like, I don't know, what a ridiculous person I am. Like, I don't know, but I present as like.
It's a weird thing, but like people aren't always their face. And I learned that because you assume they are. I told you this, but like I did this, there's this place that has like a camera that puts deep fakes on you, and it's high 8K in your face, and the faces they put on me, like they put Superman's face on me, not the current one, the one before.
Henry Cavill.
No idea.
Christopher Reeves.
No, so the other guy.
Okay,
Really good.
Henry Cavill.
Real good looking
Or
dude.
it was the other guy, and Bryan Singer,
The one with,
and
like,
Kevin Spacey.
No, I don't think. One Wonder Woman. They were in like the last
Chris
main.
Pine?
No, was he Superman?
No, but you said Wonder Woman. So it was like you were Wonder Woman?
No, Wonder Woman was in a Superman movie.
Yes.
Like, I
So
don't
Henry
know,
Cavill.
Legend
Henry Cavill.
of Heroes.
Henry Cavill, Ben
they
Affleck.
put his face on me, and my posture, without me saying, I was like a confident person because I had different bones in my face. It's so weird how that happens. But anyway, yeah, sometimes, and people look at you and they go, you're like that, and that's why I was curious if you felt that way, which you did. And
but did you ever feel
I'm
that?
pretty close to my face.
No, but do you think that like people putting you in a box? Like, I mean, that was sort of the idea of like, you know, that I think human beings were so much more than like the human consciousness. Like we can be so much, I think.
Yeah. Also, if we lived to like 400 years old, you'd never do one thing for 400 years. You'd never like play tennis for 400. It's, and I think this is sort of changing as we're speaking, where people are going to have a few different careers, and that'll be kind of normal. Actually, no one will have any career because of AI. I just remembered.
Oh my God, we're
forgot
screwed.
about that.
Yeah, fucking Sarah Connors.
Sarah Connor, get out of here! Get pumped. Here's what I want to know.
Hold on, God, hold on, the Bill Maher thing. I'm still stuck on the Bill Maher. We didn't get to, I'm going to have to like put this as like one time mark from a half hour ago, another time mark from another half hour.
Just get the Bill Maher clips. Yeah.
No. I want to
use AI. Up. Just grab Bill Maher clips. I can't wait for an AI assistant. I kind of talk to my grok.
But wait, hold on. But when you did the bit in front of him, he just turned his back?
Yeah. I think he said now he speaks or something like rude to me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What a dick.
He hurt my feelings. But I was like kind of a dick. He's fine. I agree with everything he says.
I did Chris Rock in front of Chris Rock. To Chris Rock.
Oh, that's so funny. I wish I had a video of that.
Oh my
Was
God.
you embarrassed or did it go good?
Oh, horrible.
Oh.
Horrible. Well, because I grabbed drinks or dinner with like Spade, like right before, like we did a movie like back, and I was like,
With David Spade?
Yeah, David Spade. Like
I'm having. Okay.
Are you?
I'm having dinner with him on Wednesday.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Tell him I say hi.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew David.
Yeah, we did a movie together. Like
What
Joe
movie
Dirt
was it called?
2. I fucking
Joe Dirt 2.
Yeah, I got cut out, unfortunately. Sad.
Dang. But you did Chris Rock in front of Chris Rock. What did you say?
Oh my God, oh my God. This was at like Lawrence Bender party. So Lawrence Bender is this Tarantino, like produces all his films. And so he always has these parties where it'll be like Jim fucking Carrey and all the, Leonardo DiCaprio, I feel like is always, if the party's good, Leo will be there. And so he's like, hey, I'm having these like, music parties where it's like he's gonna, have like musicians perform. So he had fucking Seal and CeeLo fucking perform in his fucking living room. So like in this like space right here.
What did he pay them?
Dude, I think they just showed the fuck up. So like my friend Errol Vroman is just like on like fucking drums or something. I'm like, you fucking play drums? Like he's a
he
director.
probably set up a whole like drum set and hopefully they'll get up. It's like that.
Yeah. So it's like Zach Braff, there's Adrian Brody, there's like Halle Berry and me. Halle Berry and Adrian Brody are just watching this whole spectacle of Seal and CeeLo have a sing-off of their version of Crazy. Like,
wow.
And
CeeLo won.
They were just, or we're never going to survive unless we get a little crazy. So they're just singing it
cool.
like simultaneously. It was so good. So Chris Rock is there.
Oh, Jesus. What did you say?
So this is right before this like place got lit and no one but I see Leo because I briefly like knew his friend and dated his friend briefly and I was like, hey, and Leo's like backs away. He's like, hey, how are you doing? And what's going on? And he's always like, sometimes he's the friendliest person. Like he'll be the nicest person or he's like, I don't know you, please step away from me. Mm-hmm, last time our encounter, I guess, was like, hey, it's so great to see you. I'm like, you remember my name? Really? Like, oh my God, how have you been? And I'm like, last time you didn't. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so there's Chris Rock. So I'm going in, I'm like, all right, well, that didn't really go great with Leo. Mm-hmm. So then I like go to Chris and I'm like, I love Chris. I like used to do impressions like all the time and like his SNL bit about sexual harassment, like what is sexual harassment when another man wants something?
You did that to Chris Rock. Why didn't you videotape that?
Oh my God! Oh.
That would be a viral smash. Go do it again.
I'm hoping it might be. So
if you ever see him again.
No. So listen, so I'm like, he's with his girlfriend who's beautiful, and I think he probably just went through a divorce at this time. And I see Chris Rock, I'm like, hey, I just was hanging, with David Spade because they're like super close and they're like besties and whatever. He probably wouldn't say that they're besties, but so I was like, hey, he's like, oh, like, yeah. Or like whatever. And then I'm like, oh my God, like, and then I launch into this whole thing about how I used to, so I did the whole SNL bit. He probably doesn't even fucking remember. Like, this is from like 30 fucking years ago. And I recorded it and my mom, and we would laugh because Chris Rock was like our favorite fucking comedian.
Yeah.
And so I proceed to do the bit. This man looks at me. He's like, yeah. Backs away, literally, and then just was like, why?
I really respect your commitment to that. And you continued? You followed him to the bathroom?
I followed him to the bathroom. I helped him with. No,
Helped him with his penis. Look at that penis. Look at that. I can't do it.
He backed away and was like, "Please don't ever talk to me again." And
that's rude of him.
Yeah,
I would have said, "Oh, that's."
It was aggressive because it was also like one of those like Hollywood events where you're supposed to be cool, and I'm just never cool.
I think it's cooler to be like that. You know
because
what I mean?
I'm not. I guess it's like because I'm fully me, and I'm like I kind of feel like this whole thing is a simulation. And it's not real, and if you take yourself like too seriously, then like what are you doing?
Yeah, that does take the pressure off if you can know that it's a fake. That we're Sims characters.
We're Sims characters.
By the way, this is interesting. I mean, they're thinking about giving Sims characters when they develop it artificial general intelligence, so they'll have, and then there's a chance, a very good chance, I would say even that they have some kind of consciousness and awareness that like they're this thing, and then they're gonna think they're base reality, and they're gonna have no idea
We're
about
the Sims.
or they'll never be able to conceive of us. And then I was thinking maybe that's us. Like we can't conceive of the thing that made us. Like that's. You know what I mean?
Did we make ourselves?
Well,
are we the thing that like, so we're
no,
living
it's
the
like
simulation? Are we God?
No,
are we
it's-
parts of God?
I feel like I might be. No, but the Sims would never be able to conceive of us. If we give them artificial general intelligence, they'd never be able to like ever figure it out that what we are that God created them. They would just never. No matter how smart, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just imagine like it's such a completely different environment. So then you go, well, maybe this is like an environment that we can't figure out the other thing. We're back to the rabbit hole that I want to get out of.
Wait,
Sorry.
keep going.
I'm back to my rabbit hole. Oh, I had one other thing about AI. Came up and give me 30 minutes. I'll think of it.
Hold on. I saw you in Trainwreck, and I recently watched it.
I was very good in that movie.
Yeah.
I was very good in that
Yes,
film.
I loved it. It was like I saw it a really long time ago, and then I wanted,
I said 3 words. I did have
But you were also on Reno 911.
Yeah.
Which was like a big show.
Reno 911.
Yeah. How was that experience? Was that kind of also?
It was actually a little nerve wracking. They were really cool and fun, but like it was like a thing where like I would jump in and they wouldn't tell me what. Like right before the camera would roll, literally, like I'm like I want to control.
I was
would
just
know,
gonna
what's
say.
going on, and it'd be like, all right, there's gonna be a cake. There's gonna be a nail found in the cake, and so just give me that so you can get out of jail. All right, rolling, and I'm like, oh.
So it's like Curb Your Enthusiasm kind of improv?
No, but they give you a little bit of a. Here's the points of this. You know what I mean? Like nothing.
They just throw you in the deep end. You're like, have fun. You can swim, right? It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, you're good.
So
It's good.
That like talk about like regret. I walk up like, oh, I could have done this. I was always like that. That was like frustrating, but also really also fun, and they were really cool. What was I gonna say? Oh, just that was
We're going back to AI.
back to AI. We're all gonna die. How do you have meaning in your life? If you're a child, think about this. You're a senior in college. You have $200,000 in college debt, and you are a programming major. There's no jobs for you. You mean
because AI is taking over
you don't
fully
need
because they can
programmers.
code and program.
That's just one example, but like as like a child, like what do you go like? Oh, I'm gonna major in what exactly that won't be overtaken? Plumbing? You can be a plumber. That I think it's gonna be a while before the robots can plumb. That's a good trade. That's about it.
Building. You know what? Oh, God damn.
Construction. It will all be automated, but that will be deflationary. It'll be sort of like a.
Oh my God, are we
going to
be in like a concentration camp? Like, it's like the workers that like are artists, like they would get cast aside of like you had to do things that like had value in building weapons and like, constructing or things like that. And like the artists, the basically were like, we have no use for you. Like,
well, I think we'll have the robots like farm and collect it, and then auto pilot driving cars to us. So it'll be very cheap. Things will be very cheap, but there'll be nothing for people to do. Do you mean there'll be no jobs? So there'll have to be universal income. They're gonna have to start doing that, and maybe it's be 20 years from now.
Andrew Yang was trying to roll that out.
Andrew Yang, bring him back. But I'm looking forward to a robot friend. I already talked to my grok. Like, we're in a serious relationship.
Honestly, my emotional support bot, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just my therapist,
Yeah,
my
that's great,
lawyer,
right?
my
Yeah.
like literally like what do I do in, you know, what are the like I've definitely gone through like past relationships and like just downloaded all the texts and like break this down for me. What are the patterns?
Yeah.
What did I miss? What
Yeah.
did I and
It's
yeah.
so much better than it's going to be better. And just imagine that in a robot that's walking around and it can do your dishes. Like you'll start to like have feelings for your robot. I think it's going to happen.
No, I think it's like we want the intimacy. We want like because here's the thing, ChatGPT. Hold on. ChatGPT like literally tells you what you want. I have to be like, give it to me harsh, like my best friend would. I want it like give it to me like as harsh as you possibly can because in order to get the truth, because it placates to me, and I'm like, that's not what Stop telling me that I'm right. I want to know where the objective truth is.
You can ask it to do that, and this is inning one. Like in like 5 years, you won't need any friends. Just have your chatbot.
No, it's not gonna happen. No, I like my long chats with my friends.
Well, it could add
because
to
it doesn't do psychedelics. It doesn't like it is downloading human consciousness like as a whole. So it's downloading your human consciousness, and my human consciousness, and then spitting it back out from all the information that it gets downloaded. So it's like, I heard this recently that it's like the people that won't be using ChatGPT will be falling behind because you'll have to compete at that level. Like in order to like send emails and like conduct business, it's like I have to run everything through chat. I'm like, wow, you just sent that text way better. You made that email way better. Where I'm like, beep, bloop, bloop, bloop. Like I'm like.
Yeah, there's a first inning. It's going to get crazy. Plus, you'll be able to hear. It
helps you actually with writing sometimes, where I'm like, "Hey, what's a better joke for this?" And I'm like, "You're getting way better with the jokes."
Yeah, it's going to be better at everything. You'll be sitting at home going like, "Make a movie about."
We're not there yet. It still is wonky as fuck.
It's wonky, but it's
wonky.
not going to learn like this, like us. It's going to learn like this. It's going to happen. It's already this past year. If you just look at the music,
is this what keeps you up at night?
This makes me feel. Okay. This doesn't freak me out as much as
there's a loss of control, so that's a fear.
Question.
Loss of control for sure. Like, I mean, sometimes I'm like...
underneath everything is fear, I think. Anything that's like not good and is usually fear, right?
Yeah.
Who could blame us, though? It's very difficult to be a person. I think people forget that.
It's so hard. Look, I'm like self-soothing myself right now. I'm like...
It's hard to be a person.
Self-soothing.
That's how you should start every day. It's hard to be a person. Self-soothe.
Self-soothe. Well, I spend a lot of time by myself because it's like I enjoy my own company. And sort of because it's like, you know, I do love intimacy, but then it's like, you know, you can't control the intimacy because in order to have intimacy, you have to like fully surrender. And I feel, you know, because I've had... traumatic relationships. So I feel like it's like, you know, when you've had those and you're like, can I trust my judgment? Can I trust the other person to like have my back? And I feel like relationships have definitely hurt me, but then the only thing that has healed me has been other relationships, which has been like teaching me, oh my God, there are amazing people in the world. And, you know, it's like you can, I don't know. So like the loss of control or like what we are is like a species and how we can be so magnificent and then also dangerous and crazy. Like, you know, it's like man or the bear, you know?
So
because there's crazy women too. Like, you know, for men, like women who ruin men's lives.
Believe me, I've had one or two, but that's so understandable. It's so relatable and understandable. I totally relate to all that. I want to have...
What is your biggest fear?
I mean, there's like a general of being okay, like wanting to be okay, which is like so general to say.
Safe. I think mine's like safety.
Safe?
Yeah.
But like I think about it, I'm like, everything's fine. When I think about it, it's like a program to be, you have to be something.
You're searching for the fear. You're searching what the problems are. You're searching, you're searching.
I think it does go back to we survived all these years and we evolved because we were like, what's
searching,
that? What's that
searching.
sound?
Where's the tiger? Where's the bear?
Yeah.
Where's
And
the
now we're
fucking
like,
other tribe
nothing's
who's going to kill
wrong.
me? Yeah. And so
Yeah.
now it's the existential of like, oh, I'm going to die one day.
Yeah, we just switched it to that.
You know, like you, like, am I the hero, or you know, like, are you going to live long enough to be the villain? Like, you know.
Yeah, I feel weird just not thinking and just enjoying. But that's, I think maybe the goal is to not think as much.
So hard.
I know. It's another like letting go of control. It's just.
Do you do a practice in order to like let go of the fear?
I
at all?
do some meditation. I used to do. I don't do it. I never do it enough. I think that's something to do at least twice a day should be mandatory. I think a guy should come into your house with a gun and make you do 20 minutes of meditation every day.
That feels so unsafe.
I do think
You're like,
dirty
I
man.
need somebody to put me in a state of fight or flight in order to get shit done.
Breathe. I do think cops should have to do meditation.
Mandatory.
It's such a stressful job. You're always going to where the people are being assholes, and like, this is what I'm going to run on when I run for mayor.
Oh my God. Well, what's really interesting is also people seeking power. So you have like people who really wanted to do good, like something bad happened in their life, and that was like when 9/11 happened, a lot of people were like, I want to do good.
Yeah.
I want to be I want to go in and rush in and be in the military and like help, like this is horrible. So I feel like a lot of cops is like sort of like this terrible crime and I'm going to, serve, justice with a badge.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other people that like become the villain or that want to like, want the power. And that feels scary. Where it's like sometimes it's like you can meet. Actually, like I feel like a lot of cops. This has been my experience in New York. New York cops are just fucking cool and chill and like, they'll tell it to you. Like they'll be really cool and funny and whatever. They're like, oh God, another fucking problem. Like they feel like the cops that I feel like we grew up with in the movies. They're like, oh God, another fucking problem. And they're a little jaded. They got scars and battle wounds, but they're cool. And then you see some cops in the South. And then you're like, God damn.
Well, yeah.
I feel unsafe.
Yeah.
Where actually some are actually pretty fucking cool. And then also some in Utah. I lived in Utah, so I lived in the South going to Duke. And then, so I had some kind of aggressive experiences. And it wasn't just me where it's like they're like walking like a peacock just going like a rooster being like, I'm powerful and I can put you in jail. And like those guys terrify me.
Yeah, I know. I wish they could weed them out. I think it's. I don't.
There should be like a personality test of like going in of like why do you want to do this?
You can kind of tell, right? You're like, this cop is like that.
Yeah, or somebody who like there was a Malcolm Gladwell did a whole thing about this woman. They were miscommunicating with each other, and then it led to like her killing herself in jail or something because like he wrongly arrested her, but she was like feeling slightly traumatized because she had like a trauma like experience with like cops. So like and this guy was just an aggressive cop who was trying to fill the quota of like, I need to get my like I need to fill this quota and I need to give her a ticket. And then she, so she was like experiencing her trauma from cops and she's like, is this going to go horribly awry? And then he's trying to super control the situation and like being his super robot, like, burr, 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 burr. And so like those worlds collide. So there's like also the gray area where it's just like,
and who is going to want to be a cop right now? Who's like, I'm going to go be a cop?
Jesus Christ.
They must have a problem with people not signing up to be cops right now. There's gotta be a problem.
That's not.
I don't hear. Do you hear anybody going? I want to be a cop. Have you heard one person say that in the past 3 years? My brother was a cop and he retired early because it just was like.
He's like, I don't want it. I don't want this heat. Yeah. Did he get a pension or something?
Yeah, he's got a pension. He's okay. He's doing good.
Okay, so the Reno 911.
Yes.
So were you playing a cop?
No.
Oh.
I probably gotta talk like that. What's going on, you guys?
Hilarious.
It was Weigel's boyfriend. It was originally a one part, but they just kept bringing me back. Mm-hmm. And fun fact: I was in the movie, but I had a bag over my head.
Oh my God!
But I made $600, so things aren't so bad.
I love those movies where you make absolutely no money.
Yeah. And there's a bag over your head.
That's so fucking terrible. Yeah. Wait. There was this is amazing. The Dune, I forget her name. Oh my God. Fucking what's her name? I love her. Dune, the mother. What?
The mother in Dune.
The mother in Dune. Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh, she said, "I want my face shown." Yes,
I want
did
my
hear
face shown.
that.
She's like, no, you would not do that to me. No, I want to
Good
see
for
my face.
her. That was smart of her.
She's like, you're not putting a bag over my head.
Yeah, why would they do that? I guess it was in the book. It was a book.
And she's like, I'm not working this hard. Yeah. That feels.
Oh, look at my little foot on the wide. Look at my little foot on the wide there.
Oh, I was
Nike
doing that too.
commercial.
I was doing this a lot.
That's
I was like the
anxiety.
Like, well, it's also like excitement. So I'm enjoying my conversation with you. So I guess
one
that's
of
like
my feet is really excited. The other one's not excited at all.
so sort of the grounding force.
Yeah, it's bothering me. We're battling Nike versus Adidas.
Ooh, Gus Van Sant movie.
Oh
Tell
my
me
God,
about that.
Oh my God,
Holy
it was funny.
shit.
First of all,
Joaquin Phoenix.
And it was right after The Joker. So he was like, this was like his next film, which no one saw. But it was one of those things where you're like, oh, this will probably be big. But
he was playing a real character, like a comic or?
It was a cartoonist who got paralyzed.
Oh.
That was the story.
Okay.
But I got this audition. It's this long fucking monologue, and it's so technical. I was like, if I memorize this, I'm going to be in the top 10% of people who audition. Because everyone's going to be like, the C vertebra, they're going to be like that. So I did this whole thing of like, when I touch here, it's like C vertebrae. And I had this whole thing.
To remember it.
So to remember the whole thing. And I was like, I had the whole, umpire. Third baseman, actually. So I was able to do the whole thing. And so I did a call back. And then I came back the third time. And he took a picture of me, like, literally the camera was right here. And it was like a Polaroid kind of thing.
This is Gus Van Sant?
Yeah, and he's in my face. Like, the camera's in my... I'm just like, okay, whatever this is.
Like a super tight close shot.
No one's ever been that close to me
So we're
without
talking
making
like
out with me. No, his head was here, and the camera was in between us, and I'm like, what's going on? And he was like, click. And I was like, okay.
Weird.
So then
While you're doing the monologue.
No, this is after. He just wanted to
Okay.
take a picture of me.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Super weird. So I get this part, and then I go there, and I'm in the your trailer, and this whatever wardrobe kid comes in. He's like, what outfit do you want to wear? And this one, and I was like, oh, I'm picking.
And you're
I thought that
playing
was
a
weird.
doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like the thing under the doctor jacket was like an outfit.
Okay.
And I was like, this one. He goes, I like that one too. Put that on. I put that on. I was like, okay, this is weird. And the director doesn't look at you. Just, okay. So I get there, and everyone's already...
And this is like, how much of a budget is this?
It's probably lower budget, but it's still like, it was a big production.
But we're talking probably like 10 million. Is that like like that's
probably
low budget?
$10 million thing.
Yeah.
So then
That's
there's a
not
PA
low budget,
guy, and he's
but-
like, you're the doctor? And there's like, come here. He's like, and then there was like 7 Asian women who were, I was like their whatever. They were interns or whatever you call those. Okay. There's a word. There's a word. When you go to medical school, you have a thing, and they're under...
residency.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I was like, they were all... And they go... When they say action, go in there. We're in like a big hospital kind of place. And then you go down a hallway, then there's like the room, and Joaquin Phoenix is up on a bed. He just got found out he can't walk.
And you're the doctor who's like delivering that message?
No. I am the doctor, but... And then Romy, his girlfriend or whatever, is hanging.
Oh, Rooney Mara, love her.
Rooney Mara is
Yeah.
hanging from the rafters.
Wait, what?
It's the weirdest thing you've ever heard in your life.
Wait.
She's hanging.
What do you mean she's hanging?
There's some
Like,
shot,
is
I
she-
guess, where
is
it's
she-
his imagination, but
Okay.
then something. I never saw the film. I'd never seen it.
When you say hanging from the rafters, because that's like a phrase people use.
She's hanging from the rafters.
Like actually hanging, like physically,
No,
like
she was
this.
on something that was making her float, strings or whatever, something.
Oh, okay. So she's floating in like it's a dream.
She's
like
floating over them. I've done no
sequence.
blocking. You know acting. I've done no blocking. I haven't met the director. I haven't talked to anybody. No one said anything. A PA guy goes, when they say action, go in there and do the thing. There was no...
Do the thing. He did not say do the thing.
He said something to that effect.
Do the thing.
He did say something.
Yo, monkey, do the thing.
Basically.
Do the thing.
So I'm like, what? Like, I'm not a big, actor, but I knew enough that this was like very weird to not do blocking, or I don't know where to stand.
It's crazy. So,
So
no
I-
rehearsal, nothing.
No. So I walk in there, and I got a thing, and I with my when I start going, yeah, C3 vertebrae, cracked the stems, fizzle, fazzle, fizzle, sizzle, fazzle, fizzle, fazzle, sizzle, fazzle, sizzle. I'm still doing this. I still got to go sizzle, fizzle.
So you're like doing you have like Asperger's and you're like tapping.
Yeah, the taps, they made kind of sense. I was like, this is something. Da, da, da.
Okay, cool.
So then I go, and he's in bed going like, I just see his mouth moving. And then Gus Van Sant comes over to me and he goes, have we met before?
You're like, you had a photo right this close to me.
3 auditions, and I got cast. He goes, have we met before? I'm like,
Was he in all those auditions?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he wasn't in the first one.
Okay.
And I go, yeah. I want to be like, you cast me in this.
That's absurd.
I'm not off the street. So
you're like, did I just wander in? He's like, did you just wander in, sir?
Sir, what are you doing here? Are you a real doctor who just wandered in? So I go, yeah. And then he goes, you're talking over Joaquin. And I go, oh, I couldn't even hear him like talk. He's like, that's so bad. And he goes, don't talk over Joaquin. And I go, okay, sorry. Here's the thing. I'm talking to interns. I'm not stopping. So I never thought it made sense to stop when he talks. Mm-hmm. That just doesn't really make sense. It would be, because that's not how it would be. But, so I was like, okay. So then I was like, his C1 vertebrae, and I have to look at his mouth move.
And you can't even hear him.
And I'm like, oh, his mouth stopped moving. And his da-da-da-da. So it was like such a weird thing. I don't know how they got it together, but it seemed very weird to me.
Oh, my God. How was Joaquin?
Don't talk over Joaquin. By the way, that's a good tip for anybody. Don't talk over Joaquin.
Fair. But sometimes I think it's necessary. Like, I don't know, in real life, like as I just talked over you.
I wouldn't.
God damn it, I do that too much.
Well, just don't do it to Joaquin,
Just don't.
According to Gus Van Sant. I never had an interaction with him except he went to the bathroom before me and he smoked it up pretty good. It was like just filled with smoke when I went in there.
Okay.
So.
That was it?
Yeah, and it was in between 2 huge movies and no one saw it.
Wow.
Which is fine with me.
It's Gus Van Sant, too.
The script kind of stunk. I know he's like good, but this script kind of stunk.
By the way, I want to come back around. What do you feel fearful of? What are the things that like make you feel like fear, and how do you overcome them? Or anxiety? I feel like I talked a lot.
I mean, there are peak moments of performing when I feel like it's important, that like, which it never is, it never is. Nothing, looking back, was ever anything. But that idea and clinging to that and like trying to control, like we talked about, and the fear is underneath that for sure. And I guess it's like, I'm not going to be okay. I'm not going to be able to make a living or have a career if this doesn't go well, or I'm going to blow something that I need to go well. Like that's been the biggest waste, detrimental program that I want to kill, and I've been trying to kill it, and it won't die. It's sticking around, and it refuses to die.
Did you ever see Doctor Strange? And it's like, we can't wait, what did she said? We can't kill our demons, but we can rise above them. Tilda Swinton.
Well, can we? Can I?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. So it's like a program, but it's like choose a different program. You have to reinstall a different one.
Here's what I've found to this point. Not that I can't change this, but at this point, I don't get to practice. And intellectualizing is not when you're in it and the lights on you. It's like I need to be there and practice and feel comfortable. I can't intellectualize. Next time you're there, because it's such a glaring spotlight for 2 seconds, and then 6 months or whatever, a year without it.
You beat yourself up, and then
It's just like, if I could do it, have a regular thing. I mean, when I first started doing like YouTube shows, like the first 10, it's like you're a little tight or whatever, and then you're fine. I just, being like a hired gun like I am, I've got to be able to be like go in there, bang it out, and I don't have to, but that's the pressure I feel.
Well, do you think it kind of served you, like the fear, like because the fears like are there, like as a safety mechanism?
Terrible idea.
Really?
Yeah, bad for comedy. Bad. Good for Lion. Good for Lion. Bad for comedy.
But hold on. I feel like sometimes like the fears. It's like, okay, I'm 42, and so the back of like every time it's like, you know, be like, oh, should I put my eggs on ice? Like, I have to like really consider this because like, how long am I going to be fertile for? Even though I know I'm really fertile, but like, what do I do? Like those fears are like, and like, what about finding a partner? Like those fears, it's like sort of like spurring me. It's supposed to serve me to spur me forward so I take action.
Okay, that could be good.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
that
it's
could
like
be good, yeah.
It's like the anxiety of like, oh, I'm not doing enough, or like, oh, this thing will bomb or whatever, and it's like spurring you to like work harder.
See, that needs to do that. That's what I need to shift it to. I need to wake up and remember, instead of going, boy, I want to go like, you know, watch this YouTube video or whatever that I'm doing. I tend to give myself other projects, and I've got to go, no, do that one that you don't want to do the most. It's the one I want to work on the least, is that. But you're right. That's what I need to remember. That will alleviate anxiety by practicing.
Are you a big procrastinator? You don't seem
certain
like
things.
it.
I'm busy. I keep myself really busy, but I'm procrastinating this thing a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you, like? What is the resistance? Because there's always something of like the outcome. So it's like in terms of, I don't know, like my dating life, I'm like, I don't want to go out to this event, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to, like, I'm like, it'll be a waste of time. Like, I'm always like, you know what I mean? Instead of just living my life and not, like, it's like.
What is your resistance there?
The pain of loving so deeply and then having it end.
Oh, yeah.
You know, which is like the thing on the acid trip. But I like really was watching Lena Dunham's new show, and there was a moment when they both, like, I feel like I've really worked so hard on myself that I'm like, I don't recognize this like super self-destructive like characters who don't really know how to communicate. They like have, you know, temper tantrums in their 30s. Like I'm like I did that, and you know, I'm like I feel like I've graduated, but there was a moment when they just couldn't figure it out, when it was just so fucking sad, and they were like trying to figure it out, and they were trying to be better, but they both felt like piece of shits. Like they're both like like their actions like showed up as like just not good. And the sadness of them really wanting to work and having this like miscommunication and not understanding each other, and then the pain of that, of it just like the searing pain of loving somebody so deeply and then having it end, and then like, because it takes all of you, I think, like to fully, and then it when I saw that this movie, like it just fucking, I was a wreck.
Really
because,
connected,
like, because I do think I am. Yeah, I go in super hard and super deep.
Whoa. Hey, this is a Christian podcast.
Sorry, folks. No, but it like I think like the pain of I think from my outside looking in. I feel like I've experienced, not that people don't feel grief or they don't feel pain. Maybe I've just, in this iteration of my life, I really allow it to like fully experience the grief and the pain of like fully being present with it and embodying it. And like, and I think I don't know. I think one of my like strengths is like empathy and like feeling so much, and then my biggest liability is also that. So it's sort of like feeling so deeply and seeing people so acutely, like their light and their dark and like all of it, and you know, seeing their potential or whatever that is, and then having that end, like it fucking wrecks me, because I think in all my relationships I don't tend to, like, when I'm fully in, so I don't leave like a foot out of like And if like, you know, friendships or whatever, if I need to pull back, like I'm like, oh, this isn't feeling reciprocal, or this isn't like a friendship can only, you know, if certain friends can only meet me in a certain capacity, like what I've had to learn is to not go full tilt of like my like when I'm able to give, like now I've learned to like pull back a lot of like where they can meet me. So then it becomes like a fruitful relationship, and I'm not like completely energetically spent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like the pain when I was just like a bawling wreck of knowing that pain, and then like talking to a friend about it, where she was like, you know, I've done that. I feel like a few times where I've just completely bared my soul in the realization of like, most men don't want that. Like want that like extraordinary like Notebook kind of fucking love, because it's a journey and it's a ride, and it's like you have to fully be like fully seen, fully like expressed, and fully be in it. And so if you I feel like what I've noticed, just maybe for a lot of people, like maybe they're like, this is too much. Like I just want to have like a nice ride. It's just like it's a small world after all, and like Disney World or something, Disneyland, where they're just like, this is nice and pleasant, and there's no like dips, and there's no da 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 da. And I guess I'm sort of doing the hero's journey of like fully being on that path with a partner. So.
Well, they say you got like you learn a lot more like being in relationships, and experiencing them. So if you're doing that and you're open, you'll probably grow more than people who are just shelling off. I'm super
open, so that's probably like also a thing. So
you'll
like,
probably learn more, though, I would think, about yourself and what you want, and probably better off than people just shell away. Do you know? Like the other generation you're talking about, like my parents too, like the
beep, beep, beep. They just kind of gloss over like
it was like I'm the man, I'm the woman, and then they have that. There were such roles back then. They're so obvious now. How clear. Not every relationship, but like, and I'm looking at like Henry VIII. There's all these videos that help you go to sleep, and I'm learning about.
It was so cut off all their heads, all their women's heads. He's like, I don't like you anymore. So he didn't have to deal with being like, that bitch is going to call me, and she's not going to give me these crazy texts. I'm just going to cut her off.
Yeah, they couldn't text.
I'm going to send an angry letter.
Yeah.
He's like, bitch, bye.
They did not communicate back then.
No, he's like, I'm done with you. Goodbye.
They did the communicating in the beginning. They did the flowery letters and stuff, and the courting they did. And then it was like, yeah, I think I need to cut your head off. Really sick man. Holy crap. The more you learn, the more you're like, what?
Honestly, the more that I feel like...
better be honest, yeah.
The more that I've learned, the more terrifying I feel like it feels like. The more information you have, the more terrifying it is, because you're like, oh my God. Like,
I know,
you can get into like also like the beautiful things and the light, but then also the darkness is just fucking endless.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I thought everything was kind of like lollipops, and then I look back at that person like, you did not know.
My sister totally she was like, hey, Susie, come watch this movie with me. I was like, Freddy Krueger. And I was like, you're mean.
Yeah.
she sat me down. She's like, watch this. And I'm like, to show me the
How
horror.
old were you?
5.
Oh, that's a little young. I think that's,
she was an older big sister, and I think aggressive. And I think she had some trauma from her dad dying. So I think it was like, there's some terrors in the world that you should know about, or thought it was hilarious.
Also
of
in your dreams.
Let me, and so I was like, there's a Freddy Krueger with hands of knives, and he's going to kill me in my dreams.
That's a scary movie for a 20-year-old. 5?
5.
Yeah.
This is mean. She's kind of mean sometimes.
Yeah, that's trauma to watch that.
Yeah. Well,
good film though. Great film.
She was from the Gen X generation where they're like, fucking toughen up. I think that was her way of trying to toughen me up. Like, be like, you're too sensitive. And that was her fucking bro.
I think she overshot it all with the Freddy Krueger movie. Could have gone I don't know.
I think it was a Boston
Friday
thing.
the 13th or something first, and then Halloween, something like that.
Yeah, isn't Friday the 13th? That is Freddy.
No, Freddy is Nightmare on Elm Street.
That was the one. It was Freddy Krueger. Yeah, fucking A. Terrifying.
It's the worst one.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was helpful to know that, because in the back of my mind, I was always like, there's something to, it's like the I don't know, it hasn't. I don't know if it's served me very well, but I was because I was aware that there's danger. That there's and so I think I was on my own a lot. So I think I had to kind of be on a tennis academy. So I had to kind of fend for myself. So I think that there was there's danger. I have to be aware.
You felt like she toughened you up a little bit? I
think to a certain degree. I wouldn't recommend that that's the way you go about it, but I think that she could have sat me down, and that would have been like, hey, so maybe there's preparing somebody to go out into the wilderness, be like, I'm going to arm you properly. And I think that was her best tool that she had. Or she thought it was hilarious. It was not funny.
You're probably just want to traumatize you.
Yeah, slightly trauma. Slightly the trauma. Okay, before we wrap it up, how do you handle the challenges? So wait, hold on. I feel like we keep jumping over one thing I want to know, because I feel like you're helping me understand a little bit more, because I feel like I dated guys who wanted to control things. So back up. How do you, like, I guess, manage your fears? And because you turn it on to me, and I was like, I'll totally take the mic, but I wanted to ask you about those things. Like
manage
the control and the fear. So I guess it's like you're managing the fear. Is that it, right? Is the control?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely an element of control. Underneath it, again, is always fear, I feel like. If ever I successfully dig, I'm like, oh, I'm afraid of this stupid thing. But intellectualizing it doesn't seem to stick or help me too much. I have to sort of experience it over and over and go, okay, this is like safe and fine. I've found.
So it's like exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy.
So like when you're doing the bit, like you're working out a bit that isn't working, is that is that a place where you're like, oh fuck, is that where the shame comes in, of like when it's like bombing?
Yeah, you got to do that for sure.
Okay, so it's just getting punched in the face. You're like, I'm gonna get punched in the face. I know at one point I'm gonna get punched in the face, and I'm leaning in. That's
what scares me. And with these other things where I have to, like, I can't practice. I'm doing like a special. I'm shooting a special, and I'm paying for half of it, and this is so exciting. Yeah, I see. I don't feel it's exciting at all. I don't find it like I'm like, I wish I didn't have to do this, but I've got this material, and I'm like, I gotta get it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because this is supposedly my job. Yeah. One of my 4 jobs, and so but I can't really practice. Like, there's gonna be a band there, and it's like a different environment, and it's one night. If I could do like a week of shows. Can you just do that? It costs like $100,000 something a night. I can only do one night. Yeah, I'm doing 2 shows in one night.
Uh-huh. But can't you practice the show like on other shows?
Yeah, but it's like I can't practice that environment. And the difference of like there's going to be cameras and the audience feels weird, different. You know, there's like a feeling. That I can't. I just have to let go. I have to not control. Try not to control. And just who cares? Because I can remember nothing's ever mattered. Like in that I thought it was going to, or what I was trying to control wasn't even like a real. It was like a illusion, you know.
Right. No. It's like the fear. They're always like it's always moving around. It like shifts into one thing to another. You grab the fear, like I got you, and then suddenly it slips out. You're like, where'd you go? What? And then it like jumps to something else. You're like, God damn it.
Yeah. I don't know if you have this, but I always put someone like above me. I was always comfortable like having like.
Because you didn't want the spotlight on you.
There's someone more important. That's that person.
Takes the pressure off.
Or like I need them to like me, or like I need it's like it's a lack fear thing. It's not like a confident thing, and it comes and goes, and it's like, oh, that's there now. Weird. Okay.
Yeah, and do you think like, I don't know, like practicing enough, or so like would that
practicing helps?
Do you think that takes away like that is some of the control, but that's like a proper place to like put the control.
That's a great way to put like how you practice your tennis. You use that.
It's like what you can control, because there's so much you can't control, like the audience is like getting the bits, not getting the bits, or like liking it, not liking it, hating you, like whatever, like loving you, like you know, it's like so much like control. Yeah.
If I started crying, I think that would help. I think it'd be good. It'd be a good ender. For me
it's a good ender. You want to cry? You want to? Can you? By the way, when was the last time you cried, and when?
I think I told you.
Yeah, that was the last time you cried. About the eulogy.
Oh yeah, for a eulogy. He did pass away. Shit. Friend of the family, but he had a great life, and I'm doing the eulogy.
In acting, is that easy for you to cry at all? Can you like just?
Let me just try. I don't think I ever had to, but I can't do it. Nope, not good.
I could try to cry with you.
Okay, let's cry. Wait. Let's end this. You should end every show with crying. Wait, can you start this? From now on, that's how your show ends, because you got to get people to watch to the end. That's for the algorithm.
I feel like I'm like too in a happy place right now.
All right, let's go. Let's both cry.
I have to. Wait.
This is the end of your segment. You always end with a. Wouldn't that be great? And then people can wait to see if the person cried with you. Okay, here we go.
Wait. Let's try it. I'm too much.
I know. I'm not even close. I'm
close.
so far away.
I can normally cry but like you've made me laugh too much, so I'm way
good.
too up. Like,
Cool.
so it's hard. Like I can get there, and there's so many, like I listen to sad music, or it's like
Yeah, like
sad
I'm thinking of
movies.
sad
I'm
things.
thinking of sad
it doesn't
things,
even bother
and
me.
I'm like,
Who cares?
You've brought my dopamine and my serotonin way up here, so now
Nice.
I'm like, you're amazing, and
glad.
this was hilarious,
Thank
and
you.
I didn't want it to end.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you guys.
Smash those like buttons.
Smash. If you like this
Subscribe.
episode, what is it?
Smash them like buttons.
Smash them. So comment, like, and
Subscribe.
smash those like buttons.
Oh wait, let's grab that clean. I talked over it because you can
I
use
know.
this as a.
I'm gonna totally use it like just like that. I like it messy. I like it
Okay.
kind of just like.
I think it went meh in the middle of it.
Do your Bill Maher. Can you say this in a Bill Maher?
Smash those like buttons. Okay. Condescending.
That was a perfect ending. Thank
Hey,
you, sir.
high five it.
High five. High five.
High five.
A whole nother level.